Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Hey, I was off a one weekend, one Saturday, and y'all, it just seemed like I haven't been on YouTube forever. It seems like such a long time since I've been on here, and I missed you guys. But last weekend, my my teacher friends, they really put me on a guilt trip because I won't do anything on the weekends. And they're like, you don't do anything with us. All you do, you spend all your time with your YouTube friends, so we want you to come spend some time with us. So I went out and I hung out with them. And it was really nice. It was really a nice event that we went to. So I am back. I am back on YouTube with you guys. And look, we're going to have a good show tonight. Tonight we are talking about Phoenyx Rain. Y'all remember Phoenyx? Short little Phoenyx, blonde hair Phoenyx. Y'all remember Phoenyx? They came to the Gambia and got everything jumped off. Yeah. Phoenyx, we would say she is a SHIT starter. That's what we would call her. Okay. And a mess maker. Because that's pretty much what she did, in my humble opinion, when she went to the Gambia. So let me introduce myself before I get started. So, hey, my name is Kiki Loves Nigeria. I want to welcome everyone to my channel. I call this our channel because this would not be a channel if it wasn't for you all. I couldn't do any of this without you all. But the purpose of this show is basically to keep you safe while you travel, relocate, visit, or live in Africa. All right. So when I started going to Africa, I'm going to say Nigeria was really Cameroon was the first place I went to. And there was nothing. I had to go to the library and look up books. And the books that I was looking at, they were so old. It was like missionary trips. It wasn't really anything about Africa. So once I got back, I think once I had been there, like, I don't know, I went to Cameroon, then I went to Nigeria. Nigeria, same thing. It was nothing. I would see videos about Nigerians, going back, but I couldn't find videos about us. It was difficult to locate videos about people born in the West going back who had no connection. That seemed to be where the trouble lies, when you don't have a blood connection, even though we do have an ancestral connection, but I mean like a recent history one. That's what they really pay attention to, the recent history one. So if you don't have like a recent history one, or if you don't have one you can really show a tie to, it seemed like it was problematic for those people. So I wanted to know, like, what was it like and what you needed to do for when you were going back as somebody from the diaspora, somebody born in the West. But again, I couldn't find any videos. I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find nothing. So I just had to kind of go on my own, what I knew. And I was so wrong about Nigeria. Lagos is nothing like Cameroon, nothing. Even Yaoundé, which is the capital of Cameroon, which is like their most like developed area, and Douala, those places are nothing comparable to Lagos. And I'm thinking they are because they're right next door to each other. So I'm thinking, well, how different can they be? Well, honey, they were drastically different. They were drastically different. So that's when I realized it's very important that we have someplace we can look up videos and we can discover what really goes on in those places. And that's why, I created this channel, because I want you to know what really goes on. My goal is for you to be safe when you go there. So it's basically for you to keep you safe while you travel, relocate, visit, or live in Africa. Okay. That is the goal of this channel. I want you to stay safe. I want you to learn about the culture, and I want you to understand the role that the social and cultural norms play there. Just like they play a role here, they play a role there. All right. And we have to understand that. And we don't, because we don't know their social norms and we don't know their cultural norms. All right. So we need to know this so we can avoid not only getting scammed, but so we can avoid losing our lives. And plenty of us has lost our lives. And you know what? This has not been my experience. None of this has been my experience. So I could easily talk about my experience and give everybody a false sense of security, because just because it's me, one person, that doesn't mean that's everybody's experience. But when more women, I'm hearing about more women being scammed, more women being unalived, there's a problem. So I can't put my story as if it's the norm, because my story is not the norm. That's why I talk about other people's story, because I'm not going to paint my story as if, oh, this is what it's like. Yeah, it's what it's like for me, but it hasn't been that like for other people. So that's what I use this channel for, to tell the stories of other people. I want you to go to Africa with your eyes wide open. We've been going there with our eyes wide shut. And we walk around like we're in the poppy fields, like I told you on The Wizard of Oz. That's the only way I can describe it. Soon as we touch down there, we're in the land of poppies. And we lose our minds. Our eyes close. It's like a shield comes over them. And we see nothing, and we hear nothing, and we speak nothing. Unless it makes Africa look like the golden child. And if you dare to speak otherwise, oh, your own people will do everything in their power to try to destroy you. And this is the reality. This is the reality. So I decided, okay, I'm going to use this channel to help people. And that's exactly what I do. So I want to give my disclaimers before we get started tonight. I want to say a few important things. Okay, everything discussed on this video is alleged and based on publicly available information, social media posts, and commentary. This content is presented for discussion, education, and commentary purposes only. All right, that's all we're doing over here. We're just talking about it. And opinions. The views and the commentary expressed in this video, in this live, are personal opinions, okay? And interpretations. It's what we think and what we feel and how we interpret the facts. All right, we're not saying these are facts. We're saying this is what we think, and this is our personal opinion. This is our personal interpretation of the facts. All too often people think that, what we're saying is like the facts, the judgment in the case, and it is not. We're just giving our opinion like everybody else on YouTube. And this material is publicly available material. Some of it is not. Some of it I get in emails, from personal people, and it is private material, all right? Viewers are encouraged to do their own research, and I tell you all the time to fact check me and come to their own conclusions, because that's what research is all about, is to encourage you to become researchers and fact check everything. Don't just believe what people tell you, because people will lie to you. Fair use statement. All right, let me tell you this. This video may include clips, images, and audio from other sources for the purpose of commentary, criticism, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. This constitutes fair use under the Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act. All right. So tonight we're talking about, we're going right back to you guys' favorite people and this repat community, these Gambian repats. The Gambia Repats, boy, they are so interesting and they are so exciting to talk about. I get so excited when I get to talk about the Gambian Repats, because these people do things you would never even think of that a person would do. Like researching Phoenix's story, it was just crazy. It was like one crazy thing after the next crazy thing. And I'm thinking, wow, people really live their lives like this. People really like to play. I call it playing in the street. I don't play in the street. I stay on the sidewalk. But some people like to play in the street. And a lot of these Gambian repats that we have talked about, not all of them, that we've talked about. Not all of them, okay? So please understand that. I could never say all of them because I don't know all of them. So when I say Gambian repats, I'm talking about certain ones, the ones we talk about on this channel, all right? The ones who lie to people, the ones who allegedly scam people, the ones who do anything to make a buck, those people who will sell their own brother if they had to make $1. Those are the repats that we're talking about. So please, we're not talking about everybody, all right? We're talking about those repats. All right, so during COVID, Gambian repats, this is when I really started noticing them. And I think we all really started noticing them also. And it was during COVID when a lot of the repats left the United States. A lot of the Black Americans left the United States and went to Africa to start over again. Gambia was one of the places that they went to. So tonight we're going to revisit those people and see where they are now, because unfortunately, a lot of them are gone. And it's been about 5 to 6 years since they left here to go back to Africa, to go to Gambia, right? But a lot of them, the interesting thing about this is that when they got there, they were shouting it from the rooftops. But when they leave, a lot of times they leave in silence. They leave in secrecy. They don't even tell us bye. I think, as I recall, I think the only ones who really told us they were leaving were Harmony, Family Exodus, and I don't know if the Brew Crew did, but the Brew Crew, they went through so much, it was obvious that they would be leaving, soon, because of everything they were going through. They were going through just ridiculous amounts of drama. So the Brew Crew people, they were another group of repats that were in the Gambia. All right, so let me see this. So where am I at? I'm trying not to go ahead of myself, because when that happens, I just lose track, and I miss a lot of stuff that I want to tell y'all. So let me go back up here, make sure I got everything. And so Gambia is not the only place the repats went to. A lot of them went to Tanzania. Remember that? A lot of them started off in Tanzania. That's where a lot of them went to. A lot of them went to Ghana also. So, but the Gambia repats to me were the ones who were really in the news. They were the ones who were really on social media. They were the ones that were really talking. So we're going to talk about them tonight. Tonight we're revisiting those people to see where they are now. Like I said, it's been 5 or 6 years since they left the United States. And we're going to start off with Phoenyx. No, we didn't start off with Phoenyx. We start off with, remember we talked about the Eden people last week. Our journey towards Eden. We talked about them last week, the week before that. And this week we're going to talk about Phoenix Rain. Let me put this up here so you can see her. I'm sorry, y'all. I meant to do that. So let me see who. Ooh, it's a lot of y'all on here. Oh, y'all want to know about Phoenix. Wow. Well, let me just get to it, honey. Let me get y'all comments, and then I'm going to get to the getting, because y'all want to know. Look at all these people on here this early. Hey, Rosie, how you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing much better, y'all. I'm feeling good. My shoulder's getting much better. Married to a Gambia. How you been? I ain't seen you in a long time. Thank you, Kiki. Truly appreciate all you do. God bless. Oh, thank you. God bless you guys too. Hey, African Goddess, how you doing? I missed you guys. Everybody saying hi to each other. Gerald. Hi, Gerald. What you saying thank you for, Gerald? Somebody said hi to you. What's this? Black Mac. Hi, Kiki. Do you know what happened to Kenny from, Black Mac? This is what I'm speculating. I don't know for sure, but this is what my spidey senses is telling me, okay? And I'm going to ask around when I go there, okay? So look, I know Terry, we know Terry came back because we see her on Inspirations Terry's inspiration. She has a whole YouTube channel where she talks about scriptures. You know, she's a Hebrew Israelite, and she does her scriptures. So she talks about the Bible on her channel. And but what we notice is that Kenny is never on there with her. So I'm thinking Kenny might have stayed in Gambia, you know, that he might have stayed there and she came back, because they had a lot of money, you know, invested in those properties. Now, I think they have two properties, I think. You know, they had a lot of money invested in the Gambia. And I don't think, you know, they wanted to, especially Kenny. Now, Terry was tired of it, but Kenny, to me, he just didn't seem like he was tired of it, and he was not giving up on it, because she doesn't even talk about him on the channel. So this is just me thinking, I don't know, you know, and I don't see any videos from them. He was on here one time and he said he was going to email me some information, but he never did. And when he was on here, I think he was on here, wasn't he on here, y'all, with the Arrival under their logo? I don't remember, but he was on here, but we don't know if he's still there. We don't know much about him at all. African Goddess says, again, Gambia started off real cheap. You sure did. Then inflation hit and people got desperate. And she's right. Inflation hit and it changed everything. Even now, you know, I'm looking at tickets to go there, and I'm thinking about how it was when I first started going there. And those tickets, I remember those tickets were $800. And I was like, what? The tickets are $800? So, you know, and then everything there was just like ridiculously low. So she's right that everybody, Black Acres of the Gambia, who we're talking about next week, hold on, y'all, I'm trying to plug this computer up. They put the word out, you know, that it was such a cheap place and everybody was, you know, going there. And that's what happened. And then they got there and everything went up. Inflation hit and it was all over. Oh, the Mandinka family, honey, we did a whole show about them. The word is, once he got here, he was gone. That's what the word on the YouTube street says. I don't have actual information, but the word on the YouTube street says, once he got here, Mr. Mandinka was gone. And we don't see any videos from them either. There's nothing, you know, from them or about them either. Tanzania was open during COVID, and that attracted, yeah, it sure did. They were looking for any place they could get in. Yeah, they were looking for any place that they could get in. And when you're desperate like that, you shouldn't make moves. You shouldn't do anything when you get desperate, because that's called the fear of missing out. And when you get desperate and you make mistakes, you know, you can feel you're desperate because your chest gets tight and you start, you know, you feel anxious, you feel nervous. So again, tonight we are talking about Phoenix rain. And it's hard to tell where Phoenix came from. Let me put up Phoenix, a picture of her, so we can see who I'm talking about. Let me get this first video ready so y'all can see her. So Phoenix is an interesting character. She played one of the most important roles in this repat movement, because she was a part of Invest Relocate Africa. And not only was she a part of Invest Relocate Africa, she played a major role in destroying the company. And not only myself, but other YouTube people believe that the whole reason for her doing this was, again, for Phoenix thought she could take over the company. For some reason, she didn't think Kwesi was very smart. Excuse me. She thought she could kiss up to Art Kathy and she could, you know, weasel her way in. But once she got there, things weren't like it didn't go the way she thought. You know, she thought people would just follow her, but she didn't have the skills that she needed to run this company. So let me this video I'm going to show y'all is when this video is by Delightful D. Delightful D was one of the first people when I first started researching the repats. It was with Invest Relocate Africa. Okay, this is how I got started on it, because you know, they were accusing this man of stealing all this money. But I'm like, but where's, you know, you need to have receipts to do this, especially if you work for the company, you know, and then you go and you tell these people not to send any money, the investors not to send money. Like all of this is like a crime in the United States. So I'm watching all of this and I'm like, wow, you know, where I'm waiting for the receipts, you know, I'm waiting for the receipts, but there was never ever, just hold on, let me tell this thing to stop. But they're not, the receipts never ever came, people. The receipts never ever, she never produced anything. So I was like, okay, something is wrong here. So I began to look further into it, okay? And I said, let me just do what I know how to do, which is I know how to look at documents, and I know how to look to see if things are if truth is being told, you know, or if things are being made up. So I hold on, y'all. So I said, okay, let me look. So that's when I just started. Wait, let me talk to y'all and then I'll put this video on. So that's when I started to really look into things, okay? Because I just felt like it was so wrong to accuse Art and Quasi. And I didn't know him then. I hadn't met him. I didn't meet him till like 2 years later after I had started doing this research. So I just started looking at public information about it and the documents, and I started following what Phoenyx was saying. And Phoenyx never ever, she told us about this hotel hell, but she never produced the child. She never produced the documents that showed that Quasi and Art was taking money out of this bank and keep putting it in their pockets and not doing what they were supposed to do. Only thing she told us was that this hotel was not ready and that a handicapped child was on their way to this hotel. But again, did we ever see the handicapped child? No, we did not. We never saw anybody. And so that's when I was like, okay, let me just go and try to see what I can do. So I started researching things and I started getting information, and then Quasi found out about it. And so he started sending me like documents, like all of the documents. And that's when I started going through all of the documents. And I saw that, you know, this was just like what we would call a corporate coup, like when a worker comes in and a worker tries to overturn the company, like secretly take over the company. That's what she was doing. She was trying to secretly take over the company because she thinks she's a very smart person. So she was trying to secretly take over this company. For some reason, she thought Quasi wasn't very smart, and Art Kathy was distancing herself from the whole situation. So she just felt like she could just weasel her way in and do what she thought she was going to do, but it did not work the way she thought it would work. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at tonight is when I want you to see this video by, like I told you, D. D was the first person who I really started paying attention to. She was the first one to really point out what, her name was Delightful D. She was the first one to point out what was really going on with these repats in the Gambia. And she was the one to say that she felt like Phoenyx had a crush on Quasi. And when she found out Quasi did not like her, and when she found out Quasi wasn't interested in, you know, her, or he liked Gambian women, younger Gambian women, she had a problem with that. And that's when she said, now this is Delightful D was the first one to say this. And if you look through her videos, you'll see this, because I didn't believe it at first. I was like, nah, I didn't think it was true. But I started looking later on and I'm like, oh, this had to be it. Because why would you just hate this person like this? You know, like, just like hate them. So she was the first one to put all this out. So we're going to start with Delightful D, where she introduces us to Phoenyx and what exactly went on in the Gambia. All right.
Introduced to Quasi and his.
Okay, so you might have to turn it up because the volume on these videos are really low. So when you get to the video part, you might have to turn them up, because I kept trying to increase the volume, but I've seen it has to be the video. All right, so let's watch. This is when Phoenyx is arriving in the Gambia, and Delightful D is going to go back and show us her situation. Because like I was telling you guys, this person, I don't believe, I know she didn't have, am I getting ahead of myself? Yeah, I am. Phoenyx didn't have anything when she came there. Okay, she didn't have anything. She was there to do a internship. I would call it internship. Okay, so she went there with nothing at all. No money, no place to stay. She couldn't even feed herself. She was totally 100% dependent on Crazy Boy and Aunt Kathy. All right, here we go.
Crew in Gambia. It's pitch black at night. They are driving to the airport to pick up Phoenyx Rain. They make sure to show you that Mercedes-Benz logo. And this is important because they are conveying a message to you without ever saying a word that they have money and that they have connections. Not many people in Gambia are going to be driving a Mercedes Benz. So, right off the bat, we know that we are dealing with high money rolling men with power.
Banjul International Airport. We're waiting to pick up, our third guest. However, she's more than a guest.
Did you catch that? Phoenyx Rain, according to Kwesi Boyd, is quote unquote more than a guest. Now, throughout this video, you will never hear Kwesi Boyd refer to Phoenyx as an executive secretary, as an administrative assistant, as an accountant who's doing his books. He refers to her as a community member and as more than a guest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you may say, why is that important? That's a great question. It's important because titles identify people and who they are in relation to you. The fact that Kwesi never
and that's
refers
extremely
to
important.
Phoenyx
Hold on. And that's extremely important because Phoenyx thrives off of titles. Weak people thrive off of titles. Weak, insecure people need a title. Okay, so she needed a title. That's why that title was so important to her. And once she got that title, she went around in the community promoting Invest Relocate Africa like it was her company, like it was her business. Soon as she got that I forgot what it was, executive secretary, something. Soon as she got that title, she needed that to stroke her ego. And once the ego was stroked, she was gone with it. She knew exactly what she was going to do. And like she was telling people, she has the keys to the kingdom. She had all the keys to all the properties. She had everything. Okay. She had every single thing. But yet she was saying they were scamming. And they were like, how are we scamming when you have the bank account and you have the keys to all the properties? So how are we scamming? We can't get to anything. So remember that. That was extremely important to Phoenyx. That's why she always tries to act like she's affiliated with the government. She's always connected to somebody's important because that's what nobodies do. They leech on to somebody's important. They have to do that.
As any sort of employee or partner in his business, tells us that he did not see her in that way, that he saw her as more than a guest. And this is going to become more apparent as the video goes on. Let's take another look.
Community member, Phoenyx Rain, she made her flight from the U.S. to Brussels, now Brussels to here. And you can see it's hundreds of people out here. Hundreds of people out here. Everything is open back up now. So we have our person in immigration that's picking her up right now. And they're going to meet us out here in just a few seconds. But we're at the airport here in the Gambia, and a flight just came in. So it's hundreds of people here, hundreds of people just waiting for their loved ones and their family members to come off the flights.
Y'all look how crowded this airport is, man.
Just a second, we're gonna pause.
Look at all these cars here, and it's late. Well, it might be not late because it get dark there early. But this is crowded. This is a lot of people.
this video, and we're gonna move.
That's how they was bum rushing Gambia. They was coming in like that.
In closer to see if we can get up with Phoenyx. All right, peace. Yeah, Phoenyx. This is Phoenyx right here. She made it in. So let's go down. Where'd it go?
Now, Kwesi is looking for Phoenyx, and if you notice, his stance and his walk is very much that of a lion looking for its prey. Notice how he crouches down like he wants to scare her a little bit.
Right there, turn right.
Yeah, that was funny when she said he walks like a lion searching for his prey. I never thought of Kwesi's walk like that, but okay.
Hey. He hiding. Let me. How you doing?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're tall.
Yeah, I am.
I'm the shortest one.
Now let's analyze this a little bit deeper. Did you notice her reaction to Kwesi?
She said, now let's
Did that
analyze
seem
this.
like an employee who is seeing her boss for the first time? Or does that seem like a woman who is happy to see the man who is coming to save the day, her knight in shining armor? She's been broke. Her daughter made him promise to take care of her. She's so happy to see him. They're hugging. They're extremely close. Phoenyx, as you can see, is so happy to see Kwesi, and she's beaming with joy. And as a woman, when you hug a man in this full
Listen to
body
this part,
hug,
y'all.
all of your womanliness is rubbing up against him.
What?
And so we know as women, when we give a man that full body hug, that's giving him something he can feel. And so I'm just saying that the body language
What?
in this clip tells us that Phoenyx and Kwesi had a far more intimate relationship than what we think.
Now, I believe on Phoenix's part. Now, when she said he can't, the way she's hugging him is like he saved the day. Well, he did, because she was couch surfing, y'all. Before, she was basically homeless. Okay, so before she left, she claimed she was from DC. Okay, I don't know where Phoenyx was actually from, because she never. Phoenyx doesn't tell the truth like that. So I didn't know actually where she was from, because she never, like I said, told the truth. But she did mention that she was from Virginia, DC area, the DC area. Okay. So after that, she said she was couch surfing, and that's how she wound up. And I believe she said she was living with her daughter, sleeping on her. Yeah, she was, because the video was on her channel. She was living with her daughter and sleeping with her, and like, I think that's in her granddaughter's room or something, sharing a room with her granddaughter. And no, she said she was sleeping on the couch. I take that back. She said she was sleeping on the couch. Before that, she was couch surfing. Somehow she got connected with Invest Relocate Africa. Okay. They had an internship program. So the internship program with Invest Relocate Africa, what you would do, you would come and you would work for them. Okay. So you would work for them. They would provide you housing. They would provide you food, and you would get experience working for Invest Relocate Africa. So that's what Phoenyx, that's how she got that position, because she had to agree to work with them to, do this position. So, but what they really needed, what also had to work for them, was that they needed someone who could get a bank account in the United States, and so they could accept payments from PayPal. And people like to play with PayPal, and you like to use online cash money transfer systems, but they couldn't use them because Kwesi and Art were located in Gambia, and they could not use those financial systems. So Phoenyx, she said she convinced Kwesi that she had the skills to run an international business and that she could manage the financial side of it. And that is how she got connected with them. She probably seen them online. I think she's seen them online like everybody else did. And it sounds like just from Aunt Kathy's videos that she was in her groups. Like, you remember Aunt Kathy had that womb school. So it seems like she was in her womb school groups, and she was, because Art commented on how she was commenting all the time, and she didn't like that. So I believe she was probably in like Art Kathy's womb school chats, and then, you know, she somehow, I don't know if it was before or after, but she got hooked up with Kwesi. She got, you know, him to accept her in this internship program. And in the internship program, that means, you know, he also paid her way there. All right. So he paid her way to relocate there. They gave her a place to stay, and they also gave her a position with the company where she could open, and then she opened up the online money accounts for Cash App and PayPal. Again, anytime you run these businesses, you have to have an online account in the United States. Kwesi also, like I said, he was in the Gambia and he couldn't do that. Phoenyx wanted the internship position with them because that was the easiest way she could get to Gambia, and she did not have to pay any money because she didn't have the money to relocate there. She was completely broke. So that's why he's, you know, Delightful D is saying she's hugging him like he was her savior. He was her savior because she had nothing. She didn't even have the money to get there. All right, let me take your comments real quick. Oh, I can't see that. That's way too big. Okay, what does this one say? It says, I see ES has ES on a new spin. Her and her husband broke up. She went to Ethiopia. Oh, honey, she back in Ghana now. She play games. I do enjoy watching ES. She no longer goes from ES. She goes by her new name, Nicole. Stop. Please stop. Piper, please stop. Don't tell me her new name is Nicole. Nicole? Nicole, in the words of Michael Jordan, please stop it and get some help. Please. Please. Mental illness is real, people. Mental ill. If I come on here and I keep changing my name and changing my identity, something's wrong with me, people. Normal people don't do that. So understand that spirits live inside people. They look like us. They talk like us. So be careful who you let entertain your spirit. Be careful. Hi, Kiki. I hope God continually watch over you and bless you. Oh, thank you, Burley. That's so sweet. Yes. Oh, Nicole. ES, now known as Nicole DJT, named her money in one of their videos. Yeah, remember that? Her husband did name her money in one of those videos. I like building with the Smiths. I think they are trying to what? Beg. If they were trying, they would be making their own money. They don't even make their own money. So how are they trying? You know, people who try support themselves. You know what I'm saying? These people don't even support themselves. So what are they trying to do? Does that man work every day? Or does he work the people every day? I think he works the people every day. I see him working the people. I don't see him working like a man would do. You must haven't followed them from the beginning. They were nothing but bums the whole time they've been there. They've never had anything. So, I mean, trying, how about start doing? These are grown people. These aren't kids. And they have a baby. And how he can't even support his family. He's got to beg to support his family. Men don't beg, what's your name? Lionel, to support their family. They don't beg. I'm sorry. Real men work. Hey, Susan. Rockabye, baby. Every time I think about you, you show up. I was watching, getting ready for this show, and I was watching one of the old videos about Phoenix, and I was looking at one of your comments, and here you are again. Hey, y'all know what? Who was supposed to come on tonight, and I forgot. Dang on. Fulfillment of our soul. He said he would come on here. Y'all remember him? John and Bella. Y'all remember John and Bella in the Gambia? Well, John said he would come on here and talk about his experience, but I forgot. And I forgot to text him back, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I be so busy with when I'm in school. It's just crazy. Life is crazy. Hey, T&K. What happened to my favorite X-Factor arrival? Well, JC, we think the arrival, we did a whole video about them. We think Terry is here in the United States, and we think Kenny, I think personally, Kenny may still be there at the house trying to make it work. Passport. Hey, where you been, team member? Passport of the granny. What is that? Who is the passport of the granny? The passport of the granny. What about him? Team member, where you been? Hey, London lady, how y'all doing? Hey, team member, where you been? Is Crazy Boy still? Yes, honey, Crazy Boy is still in the Gambia. Crazy has a family there. He's not leaving there. No, he is not leaving there. Which one is ES? ES, Eat, Love, Migrate. Then she changed her name to ES, Empress Shaw. And then she changed her name to Money. And now she's calling herself Nicole. Poor thing. ES back. Nicole is what I thought I heard too. She swindled folks all over. She sure has. That's crazy. First, it was that ancestral dating thing where she was giving y'all information to these men who was contacting the women, pretending like, they wasn't pretending like they knew everything about them. They did know everything about them because they told them. But they didn't know. They didn't know ES was giving these men the information. They didn't know she couldn't do readings there. She told them she could, but she could not. They had to do it. And then the men was trying to talk to the women. Hey, everybody, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the YouTube. Oh, yeah, so we can hit 5K. That would be so nice. So very nice. So please, y'all, please subscribe so we can get more people. More people get the information when you like and when you subscribe. And y'all always comment. And I'm so sorry. It's hard to keep up with the comments because they keep rolling in. But keep them rolling in. I'm going to get to them. A man should take care of his own family. He sure should, Maya. He shouldn't come on YouTube and beg. Come now. What real industry is in the Gambia for repats or Gambians for that matter? None. Who is this? MSMJ, there's none. There is absolutely none. So what do? If they don't have no retirement, what are they going to do? They're going to scam you because they need to eat. They need to have lights. We can't go without lights and food. Okay. No matter how they say, well, I'm just going to live like a Gambian. No, you're not. You can't live like a Gambian. You're not a Gambian. You can't live like that. No matter how much you come on YouTube and lie and say you are. They can't make it like that. So what are they going to do? They're forced into it. It's like you just forced into it. You don't have money. You just don't have the money. And that's the reality. So what are you going to do? A lot of them will not come back. They won't admit, they look at it as if like it's a win or lose thing. It's not about winning and losing. It's about, okay, I went and stayed for a bit. I'm going to come back, make some more money, then I'll go again. But this whole thing about, I'm going to stay no matter what. And, if I got to scam people to stay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to do it. That's just horrible. That's just horrible. Was Vin Man her second or third African husband? Honey, we don't know. Hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? Honey, we don't know. Do y'all know which husband was he? I don't know, because remember she went to Tanzania to be with a man who was married, and she got mad because he wouldn't divorce his wife, and she left there. Hello, everyone. God bless you and protect the mother of the earth, the beautiful. Are you trying to be funny, team member? Where you been? He trying to be funny, y'all. Where you been, team member? there is a heavy in Kenya. Ooh, I gotta look. Ooh, guess what? Ooh, y'all, this is off topic, but look. Didn't I warn y'all about those travel advisories? And you better read them. And when they tell you that they can't come and help you, they can't come to help you, they're not coming. So y'all see what happened to all them people in the Middle East, didn't y'all? All them people running to the Middle East, running to Dubai, running here, running there, and they know how they feel about us over there. So they done ran over there with a level 4. A level 4 means don't go. And they went anyway. And what did I tell y'all? They got stuck. And now they mad because the United States won't come get them. But guess what? The United States has covered itself. I told y'all, them travel advisories, that covers them. Because they tell you, we're not coming. We can't come. That's their enemy. How are they going to come over there? That you think the enemy going to just come and let you land? No, it don't work like that. So you don't go. But they went anyway, and now they got stuck. So please take heed. Pay attention to the travel advisories. If they say do not travel, do not travel. Just like they tell you, don't talk to the bumpsters. Don't go to certain places. Don't do land exchanges with people. Don't buy land. Don't do that. They warn you not to do that. And you know what they tell you? Because if you're a victim of a crime, we can't help you. We can't help you. And the police forces over there have little resources to help you. And that's the honest to God truth, people. And y'all know what? I take that back. I didn't mean to say the Arab people, because the Iranian people are not Arab people. They're not even Arabs. I don't know what they're Persian. Seems like they're Persian and European people mixed together, because I'm sure Alexander the Great had all those wives over there. You know, he had kids with those women. So it seems like they're mixed with European and Persian. So I take that, excuse me, Arab people. It wasn't them. It's them. So you can't do that. You got to be careful. All right. So please, I say that to say, pay attention to the travel advisory. 10 toes down. Lula says, hi, Kiki, MJ, and listeners. Our team member says, pray for Kenya. Oh, I got to see that. Are you there, team member? I'm going to look that up. A lot of people go to Kenya. O'Shea like Kenya. He was telling me that's real nice. Oh, and I have a friend over there. I need to talk to her. And y'all know Ingrid that come on to the show. She lives over there. Oh, I need to contact her. I thought number 3, they back together. Yes, I bet you, honey, they probably are. This was all just to get money. Stuck abroad. Yeah, they all stuck. Persian. Yeah, that's what they are. They're Persians. Yep, Simeon. They are Persians. They're not white. They're not the Arab people. And they're bombing the Arab people, because the Arab people that's cool with the United States, they're bombing them. They're mad at them for being cool with the United States. So, like I said, you got to stay away where it's hot like that, where it's hot, and they tell you don't go. If they say don't go, don't go. Because when they say I can't come get you, they can't come get you. Because if we fly a plane into their airspace, what do you think they're going to do to our airplane? We can't just go kick the door down and go fly in somebody else's airspace, especially after what we done over there. We better not go nowhere near there. And that's the honest to God truth. So please pay attention to the travel advisories. Before this war is still a level 2 or level 3 in many places. Most of us don't register. And see, T&K is right. We need to register with that, because that's what they said. We don't even know who's over there, because you don't even tell them. You don't even register with them. You don't even register with the embassy. So they don't even have a record of you going over there. If it's a level 4, don't go. Pay attention to the travel advisory. They telling you that for a reason. For a reason. And let me tell y'all something else. This is kind of funny, though, on a lighter note about this conflict. My son and my niece kept telling me, your friend done started World War III. For some reason, they keep calling the president my friend. They said, your friend done started World War III. I said, what? They were like, your friend done started war. Every day they were telling me this for like a week. And I'm thinking they're just trying to be funny, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I'm not even paying attention to y'all. Know one day I woke up for school like I always do. I turned on YouTube. And do you know I saw underneath there 1,000 people were killed in Iran? I'm like, what? Then I saw something about the Ayatollah Khomeini, the leader, the president, that we had assassinated him. I'm like, what? So I'm like, oh my God, this is really a war. So of course we don't call it a war. We say it's a conflict. Okay. So that was a lighter note because I didn't even know for like a week. That's how heavily involved I am with trying to teach my class. All right. So that was a lighter note there. So let me get back to this story. You live in Kenya. So tell me about the flooding. Is it bad? I have dual citizenship and the U.S. government won't help me neither. Well, my birth country, it's crazy. Persians aren't Arabs. You are right. Yep, they are not. And who do we talk about all the time? The Prince of Persia. So they must do like witchcraft. I'm not going to say witchcraft, but do they do some kind of spirit? They must have some kind of spiritual stuff that they do. Because that Prince of Persia was in the Bible, remember? When the angel was going and trying to help the people, they said they couldn't get there because the Prince of Persia held them up. So what kind of magic they do over there? It's horrible. I'm not coming. Tell me what happened. How bad it is. I'm listening carefully. Hell of a light. What do you mean, team member? I thought that was a lighter note. I thought it was kind of funny that I didn't know, but it wasn't funny how I found out. No, it wasn't funny how I found out. That was like shocking but it was funny when they kept saying it to me. And I was like, well, like I was oblivious to it. Like I was telling y'all about how your eyes are wide shut. So my eyes were wide shut to what was going on around me because I'm so focused on one part of my life, that I didn't even know that was going on around me. So that's why I thought it was funny, because it was like I'm hyper focused on one thing and I didn't even notice that was going on. And that is something very serious. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean the deaths were a lighter note or nothing like that. Hey, Jam Jars. She says, good evening, Kiki in chat. Please, new chatters, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Share and hype the videos. Hype the videos. Yeah, hype the videos, y'all. I like that. All right, so now let's get back to here. Now, Phoenyx is here, right? She in the Gambia. She brokered in a joke. She ain't got nothing. She ain't had nothing when she went there. She just desperate. She depended on Kwesi for everything. He basically saved her life. That's why she hugging him like, you my savior, because he was her savior. He saved her from sleeping on the couch and having absolutely nothing, because now he's giving her, what Delightful D say, a title. And I told you, to people who's weaker, insecure people, they need those titles. They gotta have them.
And you the tallest one, but you know what? They're gonna stand me beside you in the picture so I can be the light bright.
Yeah.
Were you paying attention to what she said?
Yes.
I hope so, because this is an important turning point.
She said, I'm going to be standing beside you in the picture. That means she's going to be his equal. I told y'all, if this man was in the United States and this would have happened in the United States, Phoenyx would have been in all kind of trouble. Because here's proof right here. Because I would have if I was the attorney, I would have said, what did you mean by that statement? You're going to be standing right beside him in the picture. That means that you went there day one saying, I'm your equal. The secretary ain't never the CEO's equal. Never. But in her mind, she was going to be his equal, because in her mind, she was determined they were going to build this together. And when she realized he was not interested in her like that, she decided to do what? She decided to take over. Because Kwesi is a really soft-spoken man. Like even in person, he's very soft-spoken. He's not a man who runs his mouth all the time. He's just real quiet. And when he does speak, he speaks very softly. He speaks very softly. He's not a loud man. He's not a man who, runs his mouth constantly. He's not like that. So if you this overly aggressive person, you're going to think, oh, this is a weak person. This is a weak person. Oh, I can outsmart him. And that's what she thought. And that's what she thought she was going to do. But it all backfired on her. It all backfired on her. So that's very important. Like Delightful D just said, that's extremely important.
She immediately begins to reference her skin color
Yeah,
as
that
a
too.
light bright. And so essentially, when she uses that phrase, she is identifying herself as an object of adoration to Kwesi. She is not presenting herself as a whole human being. She is verbally and non-verbally communicating to Kwesi she is a light bright. She is a bright woman who can be his object of adoration.
I told you.
Now, notice who.
And see, that's what happened. She wasn't that. And see, if you're a weak woman and you're not used to men, because he's nice to you, he'll take you out, he'll buy you things. When he first met me, he bought me a gift. He bought my husband a gift. He buys you things. So if you're not used to that, you'll think, oh, he likes me. Oh, he likes me. Oh, he's checking me out. Oh, he's checking me out. No, he's just a nice person. And nice people just do stuff like that. But see, weak people, again, because who else can just jump up and run to Africa? I wanted to jump up when my mom passed. I wanted to jump up and run to Gambia so bad, but I couldn't do that. I tried, but I could not do that. So people who can just jump up and walk away from everything, that's because they have nothing. They have nothing. That's why they can do that. Now, I'm not talking about the retired people. They retire, they can sell their house and, they go. I'm talking about people like this who's sleeping on the couch. And a lot of the repats were people like this. A lot of the Gambia repats were people like Phoenyx Rain, people with nothing. You know why the Gambia attracted nothings? Because of Black Acres of the Gambia. I keep telling y'all that. Black Acres of the Gambia put the word out. It was cheap. It was cheap. It was cheap. That's all you kept hearing. That's all you kept hearing. Me and Big John would be talking about how cheap it was. How cheap it was. We listening to them. We listening to them. And it was cheap. But when people keep coming and coming, and they got dollars, and we had big dollars, because some of us had stimulus money. So some of us was going over there with stimulus money. Some of them had PPP loans, falsified PPP loans. Some of them had all of that. So they flooded that economy with all that money. And what did they do? They increased, they did what? It's called what? Inflation. Inflation. That's all they did. So it ain't cheap no more.
Initiates the color discussion. It's Phoenyx, not Kwesi. And so you want to ask yourself why? Well, the reason why Phoenyx would do this unconsciously is because she's trying to display her value to him.
Yes, she's right. She's right. Oh, that's why I love her. She's absolutely right, because she does. This is done to what? To show you I'm valuable. Because she got to show her value so he can take her as his equal. You see what I mean? She got to show I have some worth. Because people who have worth, they don't have to show it. They don't have to present it. They don't have to tell you. You know. But the people who have to show you, who have to, like she said it without even realizing what she was doing. She was telling him, I'm valuable to you. I know nobody here in Gambia is light as I am, as light as bright as I am. So I know I can bring you a lot of value. Nobody here is smart as I am. Nobody can take you to the next level like I can. And this is the game Phoenix plays. But it didn't work on Crazy Boy. And that's when she got mad. And what did she do? Woo! She set the whole place on fire.
To him that I may not have money,
Yep.
I may not have status,
Yep.
but I am a light-skinned woman who can fulfill your dreams. She is also communicating to Kwesi in so many words that he must value her because she is a light bright. Notice that she's using this as a status marker, a
Yes.
status symbol.
Yes.
Let's watch a little bit more.
You know what? It wasn't too bad. They got me through immigration really well, and of course, Cole and my brother here with the baggage, they took very good care of me. The baggage situation is a little bit crazy, and some of the white passengers is even crazy. I almost had to knock this white man out.
Now, we've only known Phoenix for approximately 10 to 15 seconds, and already she is complaining. This is a major sign to Kwesi and the men around her that this is
it's a what to me what stood out wasn't that she was so much complaining. It was like her response to the complaint was physical violence. And that was something, even if he had any interest in her, at that point, when he saw she was overly aggressive, it was over. It was over. See, and that's another type of people they drew there. These overly aggressive women who the first response is violence. And do you realize violence is the lowest level of development? When violence is your first response, that means you're at the lowest level of development. And these are adults. These are overgrown adults. These are grandparents. We're grandparents. We're not kids. Our kids got kids. And you're still at the lowest level of development. Whenever you hear somebody talk about violence as their first level of response, just pray for them, because you know they've just let you know, I'm at the lowest level of development. So that's what I picked up on. She's overly aggressive, and all those men around there see that, and none of them are going to deal with her because she's overly aggressive.
Not going to go well. And
no, it wasn't going to go well.
Kwesi's hand is literally poised over his stomach as if he's going to be ill or if he's attempting to hold something back. The nonverbal body language is showing that the men around her are not reacting well to her. Look at the immigration official
his arms.
On the left.
This right here. She right. She absolutely right. This is, like, I'm sick of her. She's right. That statement is just like, this is not what we want to deal with. She's absolutely right. And you remember who else said Phoenix was not somebody she wanted to deal with? And she didn't even know Phoenix was coming because Kwesi didn't even tell her. And she was so mad when she found out Phoenix was there. Art Kathy. She knew Phoenix was like this. She knew Phoenix was going to be trouble, and she did not even know she was coming. So when she found out Phoenix was there, she was furious.
This is a paid man of Kwesi's. It was mentioned earlier in the video, and this is someone who picks up people for Kwesi all the time and processes them. He knows this guy by name. His arms are folded. So look at the two men. Their arms are folded, their arms are over their stomachs and their chests. They are not responding well to Phoenix.
No,
Now
not
let's
at all.
examine why Phoenix would have told that.
And look, and it's kind of the same stance. She's absolutely right. Both of them are just not responding well to her. They picked up on her energy like she is not a good person. And Kwesi probably thinking at this time, what have I gotten myself into? But he's still, like, Dad, what am I going to do now? At this point, she's here.
Story. You'd ask yourself, it's your first time in a new country. You're around 3 males you are not related to and whom you do not know at all except for the internet. And you're telling them this story of being on an airplane and someone was too close in your space and you made a motion to elbow them. Why do you think she told that story? That was her way of subliminally telling Kwesi and the other males that she was not an easy mark, that if a man got too close to her in a way that she was not comfortable with, she would fight back.
Like bumping up, like trying to, like getting at me. I was like, don't touch me.
Don't
touch me. But
fam, you see,
I'm good. I'm here. I'm
But you
here.
see,
she made it.
Okay. You see how he switched the subject? Because he was like, oh, Lord. And you see how he switched and said, but you with family now. Because, see, they don't like that. That energy was just bad. And that was a sign of who she really is, who she really was. But they didn't catch on to it. The Africans probably did. And Kwesi probably thought so. But he was probably like, well, maybe she just tired. Maybe she just tired.
So I don't even know how to act.
Listen.
I don't know if go to sleep or stay up.
Oh, we're not going to sleep.
Look, you hear that?
Catch that?
Yeah.
Kwesi said he doesn't know whether he should go to sleep or stay up, and Phoenix let him know that they are not going to sleep tonight. This looks like flirting to me, and there is nothing wrong with that. But this definitely looks like a man and a woman sizing one another up for something much more intimate than a working relationship.
So that what do y'all think that meant? That's exactly what you mean. We're not going. Now, if this was just your boss and I'm just the secretary, I'm not going to tell my boss, oh, we're not going to sleep tonight. There's no way I'm going to approach my boss like that. We don't have that type of relationship. So she's approaching this man like, we got something going on. We got something good going on. I'm like, what? We ain't going to sleep tonight. Like we are together. We are a team. So y'all got to get that. So Phoenix came there with that mindset. She thought this was what was going to happen. And when she got there and she saw, no, ma'am, the bread is not buttered on both sides. No, ma'am. We are not going to be a team like that. You are going to be a secretary. I'm going to be the CEO. And that's it. There's no romance. There's nothing. And when she found out that, she was pissed. And y'all know what women do when they get pissed. Well, females do when they get pissed.
How Phoenix is dressed in a Muslim country, and it is absolutely her right to dress that way, and I see nothing wrong with it. But notice that her shoulders are out. Notice that her arms are bare. Notice how closely her and Kwesi are sitting next to one another.
So listen, the car is.
So now things are starting to get heated because Kwesi is beginning to direct. If you can see, he's beginning to point and expand himself as a man. He's showing his dominance. However, you have Phoenix also beginning to preen herself. You see her touching her hair and fixing it and wanting to be presentable, which is very natural. This is a natural mating process in the animal kingdom where you have the female preening and you have the male exerting dominance. Now we are in the car, and Phoenix and Kwesi are sitting extremely close to one another. They are touching shoulder to shoulder. This is a Muslim man who knows Islamic codes of how to interact with women that you are not related to. Look at how Kwesi is leaning on her arm deliberately. He's
Well,
testing
I think, wait, let's see what she said.
boundaries to see how much of her space he can enter without her being resistant.
Okay, I don't think he was testing her boundaries. I think they were making a video, and for the video, I think for both of them to be in the video, he had to scoot close to her. That's just what I think.
He's talking to her and he's allowing her to
Because you
express
see, every chance he can get away from her, he gets away from her.
herself. If you
But
notice,
what was he
Phoenix
looking?
is
What was he looking at?
wildly gesticulating. She's talking very fast. If you listen to the video itself, which I will link below, she seemed a little bit nervous to me. It was a kind of hyper nervous energy, as if she wasn't
Yeah, she just
sure
keep
of
talking.
herself. And so that's what's coming across in this video. If you see Phoenix, she's not making direct eye contact with Kwesi. She is looking at the side of his face. She's looking at him from an angle, but they are not in direct eye contact mode. And so you can see by the way that she is shifting that she knows something is not right here. I don't know if it's her comfort level with Kwesi. Like, for example, she may not be comfortable with how he's leaning up against her, and that very well could be it, but it's causing her to overcompensate. So she's talking a lot with her hands, she's shaking her head and moving a lot. You can see she's not smiling.
Phoenix just does that. She talks a lot because she gets nervous and she talks a lot. So that is when she arrived in the Gambia. Okay, so we're going to stop right here on that one. All right, so let me go to your comments. She's just the type of person who just runs her mouth. She rattles on a lot. Even though Alexander the Great was a homosexual, he had 2 kids. I'm sure that those soldiers had lots of kids, though. Hey, but wait a minute. But, he wasn't sleeping with all them wives he had. He wasn't sleeping with them. Was he sleeping with them? Because he had a whole bunch of wives. I can't believe he just had 2 kids. What was he doing with them other wives? He was just collecting them to say he had them. I adored 2 kids, butter, and Chicago. So I adored 2 kinds, butter. You said I ordered 2 kinds, butter and Chicago style. Oh, that's how you like your toast. Jam Jars, hope you are well. Rosie says, Chosen One says the U.S. Israelis bombed fake 3D images of missile planes from Iran and making mockery of the U.S. and the historically Iran uses psychological warfare. Steph says, hey, Steph, just awakened from my nap, y'all. Welcome to another Kiki Loves Nigeria Live. Hey, y'all. We're glad you're here. Please give the video a like and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Hello, Posse. Same to you. Rosie says, hit the like button. We are over 100 and we on. Oh, yeah. Come on, y'all, please. We need to get it up higher than that for Phoenix Rain. Let's show her that we love her. Let's give Phoenix some love tonight, y'all. We can't just talk about her without giving her some likes. That's going to hurt her feelings. Hey, Steph, I don't know where Crypto Walk is. That's what we was just talking about. I'm going to have to go on there and ask about him. And y'all know who else I ain't seen Truth Serum. I figured he flipping burgers with a Bitcoin losing 60,000 K. What? Don't say that, team member. I remember that voice. Wonder where she is now. What happened to her? I'm not going to read that one, then lady. London lady. I am not going to read that comment. That is not very nice, ma'am. Team member, you're funny. Steph says she don't know. Jam Jar says she's box blonde color, look like it. Party is on in the chat. You see that? Yeah, they in here acting up already. They in here acting up already, y'all. And it is what? We ain't even have we been on here an hour. We've been on here an hour and 14 minutes. Look, an hour and 14 minutes, and there's 114 people in the chat. Ooh, that's good. That's a good sign. But look, y'all, and they acting up already. She right. She right. They on here just acting up. Yeah, it was stimulus money. It sure was. Soldiers out with no bra. What? Soldiers? Yeah, they were. Soldiers out with no bra. You see what she had on? Yeah, and I know it's cold on that plane. I don't even know why she wore that. Did she say she was? You know what she said. Yeah, she is almost topless in the Muslim countries. And look at and you know, they looking at her all crazy. But she thinks she looking good. She thinks she turning him on. She really should have felt, she should feel naked. Yeah, I know. Read the room, people. She don't know how to do that. Jam Jar at TNK says, Jam Jar, did she fly with that? Yeah, I'm sure she did. I'm sure she flew with that dress on. Well, I think she did, y'all. I hope she didn't. That's a protective stance. Yep. They don't want to be bothered with her. Now the dress flew over her shoulders and it flew off. Oh my God. I'm not saying. Jesus. Yeah, I have to do a show tonight. Would y'all please calm down? Lord, behavior experts say holding your abs is like protecting yourself from threats. Oh, he knew it. He knew it. See, he should have followed his mind. Her energy was not cool. It's not. If this is her video, who's filming her? It's no, it was Quasi's video. I think G was filming it. I heard G talking. I'm so slow. Is she alive? Yes, she's alive. God. I'm sorry. Y'all just making me laugh. He's an American businessman who moved there and is fairly successful. Who came on now? Wow, who come? Wait a minute. Wow, come on now. Talking big mess in another country. Yeah, that's what they do. Art was a very abrasive woman as well, Maya says. So Quasi may have been thinking that he now had two of these type of women. Oh, girl, you right. Because I'm sure she wasn't presenting herself like that on the phone. And then once she got there and he saw that, you're right. I bet he was thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Oh, he's doing pretty good. He just emailed me the other day. I got to email him back. What a silly dance, though. Switches. London lady, I don't think you like this lady. He must have seen value in her somehow. I told you what it was. He needed somebody. This is what he told me because I asked him, you know, why would you deal with her? He said, well, she seemed all right. And then he said he needed someone. There were people who were coming who wanted to use PayPal and other online medias to pay for apps, to pay for their business, to pay for, you know, doing business with them. But they needed an American bank to do this, okay? So they couldn't get an American bank because they were not in America. So Phoenyx, she was willing to get the bank account in her name, and she wanted to come there, an internship, because, you know, she was willing to do that. So she wanted to come there, do the internship, and become the executive secretary. Why import that type of woman? That's what I asked him. He said he didn't know she was like that after she got there. I too wonder why he would bring her. Yeah. And Art Kathy says she knew it. That's why Art Kathy was so mad at him. She's all, and that's what our Kathy said, Jam Jar. She's all loud in more than one way. That's what Jam Jar, that's what our Kathy said. Good to hear about ES, says and I teaches. Maybe there is a third person in the back seat. It might be. Oh, you know what? It might be too. Because you remember all those people that came with him? Quasi's face. Quasi always presented to be respect. He is a really respectful person. He's not a flirty type of man at all. He's not flirty. He's very respectful. You know, he's really nice, soft-spoken, you know, man. He's a real nice man. Oh my God. Team member, that's what happened with people off the internet, catfish. So they're saying that Quasi was catfished. Okay. That's what happened to him. He was catfished, y'all. All right. So let me show you this other. Phoenix invited me to a pool party, Goldenheart says. She gave at her birthday party, but something deep down told me not to go. Good. Did you go? Yeah. Where's True Serum? That's what we want to know. Where is True Serum and Crefto Walk? Mr. Johnson said, y'all remember bags. But they was casting the spell on all of us, delusional as ever. I cannot wait to get to them. When they was casting, y'all remember that? When he was sitting up there with the black thing on his head, the little warlock outfit. Black Acres is crazy. They play in the street too. They like to play in the street too. All right, y'all, please hit the like button again, please, so we can help support our School of Life, please. Thank you so much. Lola says, my grandson is young generation, calls it light brights. Oh, they're light brights. He went from wrench to shield. It's getting rough. Gambia is taking people out. Yes, Lola. Is Phoenix still married? Yes, she's still married. Where is he gonna go? I see that you see he has money. She has money compared to him, so he's not going anywhere. And she puts up with this nonsense, so he's not. Nigerian men will stay forever as long as you put up with their nonsense. They're not gonna leave. You have to make them go. Hope it can stop ballistic missiles. What are y'all talking about? All right, so now this warlock, it was y'all know it was a warlock outfit. So this video I'm about to show y'all now is another video by Delightful D. And this video proves, well, I take it as proof that Phoenix was broke when she went there and she had absolutely nothing. All right, she was completely broke and she had nothing. Let me go to here. No, that's the one we just saw. So this is the one. After I saw this video, but I had saw some of the same stuff. I had went through her Facebook. I'm gonna show y'all who D is. So I went through her Facebook when I was doing research on Invest Relocate Africa, and that's before she blocked me. So I went through her Facebook and I could get her stuff. And I saw all this stuff that let me believe that Phoenix Rain was a liar and that you really couldn't believe she was the type of person who make up things to make them sound better than what they are. Okay, embellish, I guess that's what you call it. She was an embellisher, okay, because she in her Facebook page, she said she was in Gambia, and it was only 8 hours, 10 hours. And I'm like, how is she in Gambia? And it takes 24 hours to get to Gambia. There's no way she's in Gambia. And then you go down a little more, and then she says again, she's arrived. So I'm like, oh, so she's an attention seeker. She says things to get attention. So this is Delightful D. This is the lady we've been listening to. She did a lot of research, like I said, before I even started. And I kind of watched her. And she gave me a lot of information like she's doing now. She gives us a lot of information. It seems like she studies psychology or something, but she knows a lot about human behavior.
Beyond. Tonight, we're going to be doing a special investigative report on Phoenyx Rain. Stay tuned. You're looking at the public page of Phoenyx Rain. She's posting about having money troubles on her way to the Gambia. In fact, her card was declined. It seemed to cause her quite a bit of stress, and as we will see throughout her page, money will become a running topic. On September 30th, Phoenyx Rain lets us know that she is in flight and that she has arrived in the Gambia. She starts posting videos almost immediately, letting us know what it was like for her. We see her posting videos with Kwesi Boyd, her business partner at the time, apparently, and she titles the video, I Woke Up in Africa. There's no mention of an issue. And in fact, she ramps up her advertising of her stay in the Gambia. She begins immediately hopping into nightlife and sipping margaritas and showing herself in very sensual photos. And it doesn't appear that she is in distress.
No, it didn't.
It's on October 2nd that we begin to see that something may be wrong because Phoenyx begins to post about the devil. Simultaneously, she starts to pump out more and more videos about Invest Relocate Africa and even shows herself on a walking to the beach video with Kwesi Boyd. It was actually quite romantic and poetic, and she begins to talk about the ancestors and what this means to her. And so we are several days into her journey to the Gambia, and she seems to be doing well. There's no hint of a problem, at least not from what she's telling us on Facebook. She begins to post about spirits, but she never forgets to tell you to like, subscribe, and share. We can see that Phoenyx definitely is hip to the social media game. More on that later. She begins to tell us about experiences and getting her African names and how she feels so honored to be among these people. And you can tell that she's so excited to share her story with the people who follow her on Facebook. She goes on to talk about how she's so inspired, but she never forgets to tell you to like, share, and subscribe. Something different happens on this post. Enter the Bag family. This is the first time that we see them on her page, but it certainly won't be the last. Phoenyx continues posting photos of herself out and about. She's having a great time. And now we see Bag again.
Yep.
We're seeing less of Kwesi Boyd, no mention of Art Kathy, but we're seeing lots of talk of the Bag family.
Yes, because Phoenyx, like I told y'all, once she got there and she realized Kwesi did not have an interest with her, she was trying to take over. So she was aligning herself with certain people. Who did I tell y'all was in that group? Who was telling, when she first told Cynthia about what they all had a group, the Repats all had a group, okay, on Facebook. And they would go on Messenger and they would talk about certain things. Well, Phoenyx was in that group and Phoenyx went on there and Phoenyx told them, and I have it in the video, I actually have the message where you can see it. And Phoenyx told them that Kwesi was stealing money and Kwesi was doing this and Kwesi was doing that. And Bag Lady Cynthia said herself, she said, I don't believe he would do things like that. He seems like such a nice person, soft-spoken, nice person. So that's the first thing she said, okay? Then Phoenyx goes on and on, telling them more and more and more. So, and again, it's like she said, Delightful D is saying. She's aligning herself with them. She's going out there with them. And the more she goes out there, the more she's talking about investing in Africa, coming to Africa, the more she starts to sell Africa. This is when you notice, oh, she's talking about Invest Relocate Africa like it's her business, like she's marketing the business now. That's what I noticed about those videos.
It looks like she's made new friends. Could that have caused any tension? This post caught my eye because she said that this is just phase 1. She is on a mission. But what mission was that? Was her mission the same as that of Kwesi's? Or did Phoenyx have her own intentions when she came to the Gambia? She talks about her first big goal being 1,000 subscribers. So
Phoenyx had her own intentions when she went to the Gambia. And when you went through her channel, and this is what I talked about in my video, that I the same thing. I caught the same thing. She went there with her own agenda. Like when I was in school, they always told us to always pay attention because people have a secret agenda. They all do. I have a secret agenda. And my secret agenda is to teach you guys how to research. My secret agenda is to teach you guys to question everything. My secret agenda is to teach you guys how to be safe, to go to Africa with your eyes wide open and not wide shut. That's my secret agenda. So everybody has a secret agenda. Her secret agenda to me from Jump Street was to go to Gambia to take over this company. But first she was going to do it as a couple. She thought they were going to be a couple. Okay, because I'm sure she's talking to Kwesi a lot because you do have to talk to him a lot, you know, back and forth on social media. So she's talking to him a lot and they're planning this business. So she's probably starting to like him, you know, but he's not feeling the same way for her. And when she finds that out, she gets angry and she lashes out.
Someone has
She feels rejected. Let me say that first. She feels rejected. Then she lashes out.
To the social media game that you need 1,000 subscribers to be monetized on YouTube. Let's not forget, on October 5th, several days into her visit, she's still posting about taking walks on the beach with Kwesi and even begins to show you around her sewing machine business. She's basically saying that they are up and running and they are open for clients. She's responding to people on her Facebook, so she's not at all isolated, and she appears to be very happy from what we can tell on social media. But looks are deceiving. People are asking her to join, so she's actively recruiting. And she also is going live. She's showing us the properties that she's a part of and the neighborhoods that she's in. And she seems to be very pleased with her surroundings.
She wants to take Aunt Kathy's place. You see, she's doing. Who was doing all this before? Aunt Kathy was. Who was showing all the properties before? Aunt Kathy was. She wanted to take her place.
There are no mentions of the issues that we later hear about in her interviews.
Now, if they were so bad, let's stop right there. If they were truly an issue, why weren't you saying it all along? If you knew the man they were scamming, these two were scamming when you got there, you're not mentioning that. You're selling the company as if it's your own company. So you said you knew right when you got there, but why were you presenting a different view to everybody else? You were presenting a different face to everybody else. I didn't understand that either.
That from us for a reason? On this post, we find that she's halfway to her first goal of 1,000 subscribers, and she's going to start making content talking about her personal dreams and her goals for moving here.
That was the sign.
I sense that this is where things began to get a
Yep,
little shaky because
exactly.
it seems like it's more about Phoenix and not about the group that she came with.
Yes, she's right.
We begin to see on October 6th that she's a little bit agitated with YouTube.
Quasi told me things changed right after she got there. He said right when she got there, he said that woman started complaining because he took her to his house. Now you got to remember, they don't have stuff like we have here. They don't have running, they have water, but it ain't hot water like this. You know, sometimes you got to boil the water, especially when the lights go out. If you want hot water, you have to boil the water. Now, Quasi's wives are from Gambia, okay? So they know how to maintain that whole life without what they know how to boil water to make hot water. They know how to do what they need to do, right? Phoenix wasn't used to that. And they don't have air conditioner. Now, his house had a big veranda. They call them verandas. I don't know what they call them in Gambia, but I know in Cameroon they call them big verandas. So they have a veranda, and the wind blows like you get a nice breeze in his house, okay, with all those windows, you know, that big veranda and that door, so it can come in. So they didn't have air conditioner. He said she was complaining because they didn't have air conditioning and it was hot. He said she didn't understand what Africa was. She didn't understand what to expect. And I told y'all that. But I see, that's why I don't care how much it costs. Like my mother used to say, that's why I work, so I can get what I want. Okay? I'm going to get what I want. So I'm not going to go a place if it doesn't have air. I understand that, you know, y'all don't have air. Y'all live here. This is y'all life. You know, y'all used to it. I understand that. Y'all can make it with just fans and breezes and ceiling fans. Yeah, okay. But I personally, I cannot. So, you know, I'm just going to go rent me a hotel room. There would have been nothing wrong with that. But she was broke. She was broker than a joke. So she couldn't do that. She had no money. She had to depend on him totally. She had nothing. And then when she left, she had to go stay with other people. So she didn't even have money to move out on her own. She had to stay with other people. I think her family or somebody, I don't know how she got the money to finally get her own place. I think her family paid the rent. Because her family, she would brag about how her little young daughter, she was young, who was paying, and her family were paying her bills. Her and her African husband, because they were together. Remember when she lived in that house and the house was leaking? That's when she told us that they were paying the bills. So let's get back to this video.
YouTube has taken down a video of hers for some reason, and she talks about the honeymoon being over as a content creator. But was there more there?
Yeah, it was.
She says she learns this YouTube game, and it is indeed a business. So it sounds like Phoenix needed to make money, and she needed to make money fast. She's making cooking videos, but those aren't quite.
Didn't I tell you she needed to make money? And that was another thing the repats, Black Acres of the Gambia was selling, that you could make a lot of money on YouTube, which was a lie. So they went there with this dream, thinking if they get on YouTube, you can magically get 1,000 subscribers. And even if you get 1,000 subscribers, you got to make sure those people watch. The people are magically going to watch your channel. And that is not true. That is not true. So Phoenix was desperate. She had nothing, y'all. She had no income. And somebody said something about she had some type of military income. I think she did say she was in the military, but I don't know how long she was in there. And I don't know if she got money for that. You know, because seemed like to me, if she had money, she wouldn't have been living the way she was living. She wouldn't have been homeless in the United States. She wouldn't have been sleeping on people's couches if she had some type of income, especially if she was a injured vet. You know what I mean? It seems like she would have a little bit more than that. But I don't know. I've never heard her say anything about, you know, money. Mainly dressed for the raffles. Okay. Who is that? Team member says, Delightful D. I remember her. Hey, Mr. Dorcas. Yeah, I used to love her. I still do. I watched a few of her videos, but that voice irritated me so much. Stephanie. Oh, I'm not going to even say what I was going to say. But Steph, I understand, because it took a while for me to get used to her voice also. Yes, it did. Because I felt the same way. It bothered me at first, but I said, okay, but she's got some interesting points, so let me try to listen to the points. Her voice is calming and spilling the tea all at the same time. Right. So you're sitting there like, should I nod off? And then you're like, but what? Right. So there's two things going on at the same time. Oh my God, that is so funny. You're absolutely right. No, Mega Ty is still in the Gambia. Mega Ty is still in the Gambia. You know that place, that's smoke shop? He owns a smoke shop there. That smoke shop Black Acres go to, where they were smoking cigars. That's their place. I would not mind your voice either, Steph. What? What is he saying? That's just how she said it too, the Gambia. Oh my God, I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't get it from me. That's her. All right, so let me put on this the next. Let me get back to the video.
Bringing in the views, so she continues to post and drum up interest on her Facebook, as many do with social media. Nothing wrong with that. She talks about being chased by baby goats and having her birthday party in the Gambia, and it appears that on October 7th, she's even planning a party. This is when things get really interesting. Her friend Tay arrives. And this is when her posts start to get very cryptic, and you have to almost interpret them. She begins to talk about struggles. This caught my eye. She posted about getting a bank account, which struck me as odd because not many people would go out onto YouTube in the public to talk about bank accounts and money. So I was curious as to why Phoenyx felt the need to post that. And she says she is the executive secretary of communications for Invest Relocate Africa. So it's interesting that she's telling us about the bank accounts, but yet and still
So
we're
if she's
not
over
really
communications, this is what I mean. If she's over communications, then why in the world is she dealing with the finances?
Full picture yet. Here, her and Shantae are making a video and taking pictures, smiling with Kwesi Boyd. They're saying go hard, gal. A lot more confident in her moves. Was there a plan in play from the beginning? She talks about reaching.
I think it was a plan in play. Phoenyx needed to get people on her team. She needed to get people on her team. So she went around and told this lie about Kwesi Boy to anybody who would listen. Anybody and everybody who would listen. And she convinced them that it was true. And people believed it. And that's how it took off like that. Because people, and it's so sad because it showed that people were so ready to believe that it was true. But it wasn't.
949 subscribers. Again, it seems that building up her social media presence is a
so listen, she knows that she needs a drama story to build up her content. Okay. She knows that. Right. She's at 949. She thinks once she magically gets to 1,000, she's going to get paid. Okay. But she doesn't realize how little the freaking pay is. It's change, Phoenyx. But she thinks it's thousands of dollars and it's not. So she's doing all of this to just get people to watch her, to pay attention to her.
Priority. And I'm assuming this would be because an income stream was needed.
It was.
On October 10th, we get the first hint that there is something wrong because she says that we are better when we work together and that she's carrying a message of unity. Countdown to 1,000 subscribers on October 10th. She's posting more and more videos. She's telling people she only needs 8 more subscribers. And finally, she made it 1,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. This means that she has met at least one of the qualifications for making money on YouTube.
Oh, there's Nima Dia.
Does anyone else find it
See,
interesting?
there's Cynthia. I told y'all Cynthia with her
To her
friend.
job as the executive secretary, social media is playing a huge part in her ability to generate income.
Yep.
The bags are featured more often on her videos, and she's beginning to post more and more about devils and demons, and man didn't make her. So we can definitely tell that
And so you notice they all start doing that? Do you notice they all start talking about devils and demons after so long? Because they're seeing and they're experiencing the real devils and demons that are stronger than them. But you better believe these people got devils and demons also. How do you know? You can tell by their actions. You can tell by their ways.
There's something going on beneath the surface, but we don't know what just yet. She continues posting pictures on her page, showing her photos, showing herself with the bags. They're showing up a lot on her page. I wonder how Kwesi felt about that. She then posts this message that says paranoia is a thought process that causes you to have an irrational suspicion or mistrust of others. My question is, who was paranoid?
Right.
Was it Art?
That's who she was talking about, Art.
Or was it Phoenix?
No, she was talking about Art.
Somebody was suspicious.
Because Art would not fool with her. Art would not meet with her. She was mad because Art would not meet with her. Okay? So she was so mad with Kwesi, she did not know what to do. So Art was going to leave. Now listen to this part. Art was going to leave. This is when she really got furious. So she wanted the apartment where Art was living at. Now remember, she said they didn't have no properties. Okay? So how do they how are you getting this apartment where Aunt Kathy is? So Aunt Kathy was leaving, but Aunt Kathy decided she was going to stay because I guess her mom was coming or something. I don't know why she decided to stay, but she decided she was going to stay. Do you know Phoenix got mad because he told her you can't have that apartment because Art is going to stay in that apartment. So she became furious. Okay. Furious. She was furious because she was going to get to live in that apartment. It was a really nice apartment, rent free. Okay. Because she was working for the company. So she was going to live there rent free. But when Art did not leave, she could not get that apartment. Now, remember, she had no money. She wasn't blowing up on YouTube fast enough. She wasn't getting paid from YouTube. I don't know if she ever got any money from YouTube. But I don't, because after a while, people realized she was nothing but a liar and a fire starter. So let's see what else.
Something on October 13th. Now we're starting to see things unravel as Phoenix begins to post about someone informing people about her. And she says, let's do that because I will tell all the truth. So it sounds to me like there was a falling out and someone beat Phoenix to the punch. Not to be outdone, Phoenix said that if you inform someone about her, she will tell the whole truth about you. She begins posting videos about the bags being the number one blogger.
She's saying that, so this show you, this is devils doing dirt with devils. If you tell on me, then honey, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell everything on you. So I'm doing dirt and you doing dirt too. What is this? Well, and this is the person that y'all believed. This is the person that we believe, because I believed her too. When she first said it, I believed her. But I did see the place was kind of, like messed up. And I'm like, okay, nobody's going to stay there. Okay, where's the little girl? And the little girl never came. So I kind of figured, oh, she's not telling the truth. But this is the lady that we all believed. This is the lady that we all used all of that to destroy Aunt Kathy with. When what really happened is that this lady had no clue what she was doing. She thought she was going to hook up with Crazy Boy. Things didn't go the way she planned. So she did what silly women do. She decided, I'm going to, destroy you, and I'm going to destroy the company. I'm going to destroy you, and I'm going to destroy the company. And you see the little petty threat she's making. Oh, you're going to tell on me? Then I'm going to tell everything on you. What? And you're doing this on social media also. Who's the adult in this situation? I don't even know who she's talking to, but whoever she's talking to, that's just very childish and immature. Let me get some of these comments real quick. Oh God. He said, don't forget the. Yes, rejected. Mr. Unfiltered stated that state the obvious, it's an insult. Come on with something more interesting. She does pour that tea in her soft voice. She sure does, honey. She be having the popping. She be having that hot, piping hot tea. And it's made perfectly. You can just take it down perfectly. And she be having that tea you ain't ready for. Oh my goodness. Broke without being let. Girl. Oh, y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible. Oh my God. Y'all, please hit the like button. Please. Let's get to 80. Okay. Let's at least get to 80 likes. All right, please, y'all. Oh my God. I'm just going to leave that comment right there, and I'm going to just go on to the next one. Does anyone house not leak over there? Honey, I don't know. No, yes, I do. The houses I stay in don't leak. None of them have leaked. None of them. They're really nice. The houses I stay in are really, really nice. I've never had a problem with any leaks. No. 5 and down. Lord. Waiting to be ES with them coupons. Wanting to be ES with them coupons. Exactly. She wanted to be ES and pass out those coupons. And y'all know what coupons I'm talking about. She wanted to pass out those coupons, but nobody wanted those coupons. And she got mad because nobody wanted those coupons. And what did she do? She went out to get everybody. She went out to destroy Crazy Boy and Aunt Kathy because Aunt Kathy wouldn't be her friend. Okay, it's there. Okay. VA compensation is based on, the percentage of your disability. That's what they said. It could be from $150 up to $4,000 or a month based on, that's what they said, MLS, about Rick's disability, because Rick said he didn't get a check from them. But I think Rick lying because he can't hear out of one of his ears. And he really can't hear. And that's like a damage. You know what I mean? That's like a life-sustaining damage. So I think Rick lying. I think he do get some kind of money. But that doesn't make sense because he was in there. He was supposed to retire in 2 years. Maybe he got hurt or something. I don't know. Rick lies a lot. I can't. Where's the Happy Companion? The Happy Companion is still in the Gambia, but the Happy Companion travels a lot. He does a lot of Zoom Zoom seminars about Islam. He seems to be like a little low, really kind of low key. But he does do little videos. He does do nice videos about showing you different places that he travels. He's still traveling around. Maybe we'll talk about him one day. Yeah, because people keep asking about him. So maybe we'll do a video about him because y'all keep asking about the Happy Companion, because the Happy Companion was really a big person. He was another big name over there, you know, but he's still there. But Happy Companion has an income. You know, he's retired from the military. So he has an income. So he's pretty much okay. I noticed that the guys, the people with the who retire over there and have a retirement check, they seem to do okay. It's the people who don't have a income coming in. Okay. Money. Okay. Let me see. Okay, she's trying to push Gambia. Let's see. Remember Phoenyx was on y'all know I couldn't find any of those videos. I was looking for those, Mr. Johnson. I couldn't find those to show, because I wanted to show y'all that she was doing that, because she had started doing that Friday night host. It was like she was at Moe's too, and she would go do lives there. Well, you know, that was free internet. So she would go there, but she would do these lives, and I don't know what happened with that either. But supposedly her and Molly Morris was in some kind of affair. I couldn't even believe that. But yeah, they said it was so bad that she got in a fight with his wife and his ex-wife, and that Molly Morris defended Phoenyx Rain and not his ex-wife, and the ex-wife divorced him. And guess what else, y'all? I heard that restaurant was not even his restaurant. All this time, we thinking he owned that restaurant. He did not own that restaurant. His ex-wife owns that restaurant. Excuse me. His ex-wife owns that restaurant. Yes. He don't have no money. He don't have nothing. He just lives off of different women. He is a bum. That's why he just get on YouTube and gossip like a woman, because he is a bum. Yes. And he was the main one. Remember I told y'all, stabbing a knife in Quasi's back, because they all went there. They all hung out there. And remember I showed y'all the conversation between him and Phoenyx and some bartender who worked there who was going to come pick her up. And they said, no, don't, make sure Quasi doesn't know, because we don't want Quasi to be mad at us, because he comes in there and, you know, and he drinks with us. And I shouldn't say drink with us. I don't know what they do, but the bartender makes these margaritas. Somebody's drinking these margaritas, and they come in there and they drink these margaritas, and they don't want Quasi to be mad at them, because they don't want him to stop coming in there when they having these parties on Friday night. So, but behind his back, they're on Facebook Messenger with Phoenyx, talking about him like a dog, telling Phoenyx she needs to get away from him. She's going to be part of his harem. And Phoenyx like, I'm not going to be part of the harem. And Molly Morris is trying to help her move, but she ain't got no money to move. So she got to go live with people because she's broke. And that is the honest to God truth. She was broker than a joke. She went there. Quasi paid all of her. They paid her way. Invest Relocate Africa paid for her to get there. They were paying for everything. She could not eat without them. She got some of that magic. Oh my God. Oh wow. Hey, True Blessings. Thank you. You mean the assistant executive director of a communication position doesn't come with a premium room? That's team member. That shows you how silly that shows you how silly this woman was. This woman is, you know, because you're the secretary. Wait. She's the director of communications. The executive director of communications. Okay. She wasn't even the finance person. Why was she looking at the finance records? Why is she accessing the finance records when she's not the finance person? Why is she opening bank accounts in her name when she is not the finance person? Oh my God, Jesus. Come on, y'all. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Phoenix would have went to jail if she was here for this. She would have went to jail. You don't understand the finance records, ma'am, because you're the director of communications. They don't understand financial records, like they don't study that. That's not their job. They don't do that part. That wasn't your part to do. You was putting your business, you was putting your nose in somebody else's business. Because I told y'all she was going to take over the company, but she don't know how to run a company. She doesn't know. To run a company, you have to know a little bit about everything. She doesn't know that. She thinks she does until it came time to run that company. You go inside the investors' communication in their group and you tell them don't send any more money because they're scamming, and then you wonder why the company doesn't have money. That's crazy. You told them don't send the money, fool. That's why they don't have the money. You told them not to send it. Did you forget that? I guess she forgot that part. I guess she forgot that part. Wow. I wonder, did Life with the Kings move back to... you know what? I think they did. I think True Blessings, I heard they were back in London, England, or wherever they are. Wherever they came from, those coupons were way past expiration. Jesus. Oh my God. Let me go to the video. Oh shoot, y'all got a lot of comments. Okay, let me try to get these real quick. I have it at good authority. It's receiving 100%. I have it at a good authority at good authority is receiving percent. Who's receiving 100% disability? Great stream tonight. Phoenix giving me laughs. Because Phoenix is a dang old joke. Phoenix wearing this. Is she? Oh, she look nice. Phoenix looks nice. She's just silly. She's just silly. The stuff she do is just silly. You know what I mean? She's just a silly person. I'm just like, you're just silly, Phoenix. Why do you do the stuff you do? You know? She's just really silly to me. Hold on. My niece need a ride home. Let me tell her something. Okay. What? No. Now he may own Jaden's. Remember Jaden's? He opened up a place called Jaden's after he got a divorce. But no, Mo's 2 is not his. No, he did not own that. I was shocked. I know, Lisa, but you know what? We don't talk about that person on this channel because that person doesn't know how to separate YouTube from real life. And I just don't talk about that person on this channel. So we won't be even talking about that. Okay. Yeah, I just don't do that. Are we talking about Phoenix Rang, Byron Brown? Did Mo? No, he in Senegal. Mo went to Senegal. He is in Senegal. Girl, he was a hot mess. He is a hot mess. He's a bum. I want to hear him. Team member said he want to hear him. Drama. Honey, yes, they love it. The Gambia Repats. But see, they was all just, not all of them, but the ones I'm talking about. They was just, you see, this lady is crazy. She is crazy. I remember when Phoenyx died. Remember that? Had to pay for her mom's flight. No, she didn't pay for the flight. She didn't pay for that flight. Crazy Boy paid for that flight. They paid for the flight. They showed me the receipts where they paid for the flight, honey. Her mama be paying her bills. She was counting yes, honey. She was counting other people's money. They were paying the rent on the house. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all remember her bragging about how she was paying the rent on the house? I know y'all remember that when she was bragging about how her family was sending her money and everything. Y'all remember when she was bragging about that? Off topic, but Fiona's life was invited to Cambodia. Oh, was she? Oh, good. See, I don't even know. I haven't seen her. I haven't been on here. Y'all know Fiona. She's going to go. She was invited to do a marathon in Cambodia. Oh, good luck, Fiona. Yeah, let's wish her good luck. Good luck, Fiona. I love Fiona. She's so pretty. Oh, yeah, we wish her the best. Kenza, babe, love her some. Girl, don't she? I feel sorry for her. Girl, I feel so bad for her. Because I'm like, I guess you didn't have no grandma to tell you that you don't never love no man more than you love yourself. And that girl, she loved that boy more than she loved herself. You see how happy she is he back from his wedding and seeing his real wife. You see how happy she is. Y'all better go super shiny. I'm like, girl, don't nobody care about Super Shorty for you. You and his wife, that's it. Don't nobody care about him but you. And see, y'all see how he leave her? Y'all know who else do that? What's the other one? Vanzetta. You know her man do her the same way. Just put him in the house and leave them and go be with their real wives. And what they say, Super Shorty said he was at school. What school was he at? Did he even graduate from high school? Did he graduate from secondary school? Because they got to go to college after they go to secondary school. So did he go to secondary school? Or did he what school was he going to, Kansas? Secondary school? High school? What about that little college thing? What did he do that? Because he sure ain't went to no college that fast, no university that fast. So where he go to school at, Kenza? He went to trade school? What school, Kenza? Because I'm not even convinced he graduated from high school the way he speak. And you and him was together when he was in high school. So I know he didn't graduate from high school. He didn't have a reason to. You was taking care of him. You've been taking care of him for a long time, according to you, Kenza. So see, you can be a passport granny too. You can be a passport granny too. All you got to do is just be willing to love that man or that, in most cases, that boy more than you love yourself. Because he going to leave you in the house and he going to go live his real life. She whined long enough for he made him come back. He going to come back, do a little chores, and he going to be gone again. That boy too young to lay up under her like that. And that's the honest to God truth. That's a young boy. He's very young. He's not laying up under some grown, super older grown woman like that. And that's the reality of it, y'all. That's the reality of it. He ain't doing that. His mama and them ain't doing that. You see his mama and them playing her. Everybody playing her. She complaining about the mama and them came there and she had, I buy in bulk. Okay, you buy in bulk. She buy in bulk. They seen all the food and they was trying to eat up all the food. They thought because she had a lot of food, that meant that they could eat a lot of food. So she got mad at them at that. She feel like they using her. Everybody's using her though, because she's putting her in the position, herself in the position to be used. Do you get it? Do you get it? Good. I hope you got it. Now, I'm talking Rick is receiving oh, you think Rick is, why you think that? Because of his ear? I believe it too, because that's like a body function. You know what I mean? And you need that. Like you lose half of your hearing. Yeah, I believe that too. It probably is 100%, honey, because he's such a liar. Can you get a disability in another country? I think he can. I think it's his disability. I think he can still get that. You could, because that's like something you earn. You know what I mean? Yeah, she says yes. Yeah, Fiona, the best. Yeah, we wishing you the best, honey. Best of luck, Fiona. Has anyone watched the British couple who said he and she and they opened a beach bar in the Gambia, but haven't seen any more content? You know, I went there when I was there in the Gambia, but nobody was at the place. The bar, I seen the beach bar, is actually right next to the soul food joint. It's really pretty, but nobody was there, y'all. And I'm like, dang, they invested so much money into that company, that business, for it to just be sitting there empty like that. The bar where I was at, which was next to it, had more people, than that one did. That one was just empty. And no, I don't know, I don't see any, I seen them on somebody's channel. I forgot whose channel it was, but I seen them on somebody's channel. Somebody was interviewing them. But no, maybe when I go back, because I'm going to go to that beach, I'll go check it out and see if, how everything is. Good luck, Fiona. True Blessing says, they were, they was black. The mom, they was light skinned. The mom was real light skinned and the son was real light skinned. But that show started off with her and her husband. It was her and her husband, because I used to watch that. And it was like they were traveling back and forth or traveling to different countries. I don't remember which, but it started off with her and her husband. They make me sick. Kenza and Vanzetta. And her friend, oh God, her friend Next Level Vision, she just as disgusting as Kenza. Do y'all know she had the nerve to have a video on there about her and this El Salvadoran man? It was so disgusting. It just made me want to throw up. I'm like, wow, y'all just go all over making us look stupid everywhere we go. Just her and this man, and it's just y'all, it's ridiculous. And I said, oh, that's why you think Kenza's the savior. She just like you. Let me tell y'all, her and Kenza, just alike. Go look on Next Level Vision channel, and I think it's a Valentine's Day visit video of her and her little El Salvador boyfriend. It's disgusting. That's the kind of stuff you keep off social media. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see that. But it explains why they're friends. The team opened the bar they opened it with her son. Super Shorty be tearing up her car, driving it hard. I gotta go catch up on her. And Super Shorty, he do be tearing up her car, girl. You ain't lying. Oh my God. Diaspora Production. What does that say? I Ask Productions. Is that what that is? What are you saying? If Netflix had to pick up the Gambia Repat, they would have made bank with the drama. They sure would have. Oh, I'm sorry. They would have. They sure would have. They should have took you right. If they would have picked up on that, wow, that was crazy. That was nuts. That was just crazy, especially Black Acres of the Gambia and all that black magic they was doing. And then what happened to Asia, Africa? Oh my God, that was crazy. All those women passing away over there. It was unbelievable. She and Him, that was the name of it. She looked like she's in her mid-60s. Y'all are silly. She and Him. Yeah, y'all are crazy. Kenza, I wanted to see what happened to the wild spotted bush cat that caught and was to eat. Who ate it? Who caught the bush cat? Yes, you can keep your disability. From VA in another country. What you can't keep, yep, is Social Security. I think you can keep the disability, but you can't keep Social Security SSI. The disability one, I think you can keep MS, but I don't think you can keep SSI. If you got $4K a month from the government, I would never leave in the U.S. You can't get retirement or SS while you're living abroad. What is SS? Social Security? Are you asking that? Are you saying that, TNK? Michelle might have a small working in that heat with lipstick, necklace, and earrings. What? I ain't seen her show in a long time. Her boyfriend and his friends concerned. What? Cornered in the bush. What are y'all talking about? Okay, let me put this video on because we're running into 2 hours, 3 hours. We about to get off of here. Hold on. Let's finish.
And then she makes a play. She says, if you are repatriating and need information, just ask me.
See, this is when she boldly says she's already taken over the company. I told y'all this was crazy. This woman went there to do this. Okay. When she realized he was not going to deal with her. Remember, she got there the beginning of October because her birthday is in October. She says, if you are repatriating and need information, just ask me. I'll do my best to answer your question or point you in the right direction. And no, it won't cost you a dime because I'm sick of these vultures. But it costs you now. I'm sure you're paying her now.
I'll do my best to answer your questions. Wait a minute, isn't that Kwesi's business? Is this a situation where Phoenyx wanted to become a competitor?
Yes.
We see more posts on her page where she begins to say that she's at war and God is love, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of love flowing on these words. We see that she's posting photos with her friend again, and the caption was very interesting. It said, big girls doing big girl things. I wonder what that was. She's also saying you can send her a blessing. Hit her Cash App on October 14th, and her party is 1022. Now, I'm no expert in human psychology, but if you are in distress during this time, as she later revealed in her interview, would you be planning a birthday party?
No, she wasn't in any distress.
She begins levying more serious accusations towards Kwesi, using words like crackhead and others, very inflammatory allegations. And she even begins to bring God into it and says that he sent her on a mission. We see more posts of her from the smiling coast of Africa, but there's not a lot to smile about at this point.
See, there you go.
She begins to tell us more as we dig deeper into her public Facebook, but she never lets you forget that you need to like, share, and subscribe. She even says she's pushing for 1,500 subscribers and that when she gets her first notice to monetize, she's going to send someone a Cash App surprise. That's interesting. That means that she needs YouTube as an income source.
Yeah, because she has no money.
Otherwise, why push so hard for the monetization?
She has no money.
She then posts more cryptic memes about not taking advantage of people and her intentions being pure. But remember, it was only a few posts back that she was taking long walks on the beach with Kwesi and sipping margaritas and saying that she was treated like a VIP.
Yeah, remember that, y'all?
Now we see things really coming apart because she starts to say that she's going to reveal the truth And then 6 days ago, that's when she started saying, don't send them money. And if you need to
Told you.
inbox me, feel free, but don't send them money.
I told you.
Some people might say,
now, if she's saying don't send them money, she's saying it on her page. She went in the group and said it, and then there's no money. Well, girl, you told them don't send no money.
that she was looking to maybe take clients from Kwesi.
Told you. I told you.
Could that have been a reason that they fell out?
Yes.
She levies more accusations, saying that he is a crackhead, and she even begins to tag him, saying a hit blankhead will holler. She uses very choice language.
Now look at this. Wow. Look at this, y'all. I forgot about all of this stuff.
She even begins to tag him, saying a hit blankhead.
Now, y'all think this is a professional woman right here? Would a professional woman post something like this? You sound stupid. I helped you form your LLC, the B word. I have had several for years. Really? And you're talking like this? Then she has all these laughs. So now let's get back to talking about you. And you are supposed to be a businesswoman. Okay.
Holler. She uses very choice language to describe him and talks about sending him to prison. She's beginning to become more aggressive in her posts, and she's even telling others that they need to ask for their money back. So now she's beginning to use the power of social media against her former business associates.
Yeah, she did. She began to defame his character.
Now she's saying that, oh, any property you've fraudulently acquired with our investment dollars belongs to the people. This is strange because in multiple interviews, Phoenyx Rain herself has said she actually never invested money and that Kwesi, in fact, paid for her ticket to the Gambia.
But that's a lie. She invested $500 because I saw the receipt where she invested $500. So I don't know why she lied and said she didn't, but she's a liar. If all the investors' money has gone to properties and staff, why does everybody we meet complain that they never got paid? Show the people their actual accounts, show the expenses, but you should know that. You can't just go by what these people are saying. There should be records of that. You know, before you come out and make these type of claims, you should show records of that. This says, this other thing says, this is our official demand in writing for investment funds to be returned immediately. Please return investment funds immediately. Where is the 269 that was in the account you closed, and the 300 for the seeds? So I guess Phoenyx is saying this, her and Kwesi are talking. And he's asking her, where is the $269 that was in the account that you closed and the $300 in seed money? So he's saying basically, where's the $569 that was in there? And then she says, so you can file whatever defamation you want. I'm reporting you for wire fraud. Okay, then why didn't she ever report it? Why? You have received easily $100,000. People money and properties aren't even fully habitable. You are lying to these people, and I am going to make sure the world knows. He says, you are sick. See you in court. Okay, so, but you see, she's making these allegations. So she's saying right here that she's reporting him for wire fraud. She never reported him for wire fraud. You see what I mean? If it was truly wire fraud, why didn't you report it? If you had all these papers, why didn't you report it? If he wasn't paying these people, why didn't you report it? You reported it to social media, but you didn't report it to the authorities. So if it's $100,000, that's a lot of money. Why didn't you report it to the FBI for their internet crimes unit? You can just do that online. Why didn't you do any of that? None of that was done. None of that was done. Just these silly posts.
So, as a third party just looking from the outside with no dog in this fight, I'm just curious how someone who put up no money is an investor. She then begins to release private text messages and tells others to check their contracts. And she's beginning to really ramp
Okay, let
up
me read
her
this. She says on this one,
beginning to really ramp up her fight. I'm just curious how someone who put up no money is an investor. She then
okay, she says, check your contract. It says you can request your refunds. Go ahead, ask for a refund. I know for a fact that they are disgruntled investors who requested to dissolved. It should be dissolved their accounts months ago, and they're still waiting to get the money back. One is 500, yet he's giving people the runaround. So that must be her because she invested 500. Go ahead. I love at hashtag Crazy Boy. I love nothing more than to be proven wrong. Show the people their money. But you said you are the one who are making these allegations, though, Phoenyx. You should have this proof. You just sound crazy. You're the one who sounds like the crackhead. You're telling this fantastic tale, but you don't even have not 1 ounce of proof on here. Nothing. We have not seen 1 ounce of proof. Nothing. I love nothing more than to be proven wrong. So the people show the people where they're. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I told y'all. Oh yeah, I can't go do it because you've misappropriated the funds. Well, where is the proof that the funds were misappropriated, Phoenyx? How do you make these allegations, but you don't have any proof? You sold this to the repat community, and the repat community believed it, and it destroyed Invest Relocate Africa. Those allegations destroyed out Kathy. I believe that played a major role in why she is not here right now, constantly having to deal with those allegations that you made because you're a weak, jealous female. Like I always tell you, this is a weak, jealous female. And this is what they do. This is what they do. This woman never grew up. She never found a sense of security. She never had a sense of love in herself. Never. And you can tell, how do you know? You can tell by their ways. You can tell by the things they do. This is not no professional woman. This is not no decent woman. This is not no respectable woman. This is a weak woman who gets mad when she can't sleep with the man she want to sleep with. So I'm going to go 100% and destroy him and his company. Like I said, that's what this was about.
and begins to release private text messages
Look,
and tells others to check their contracts.
private text
And
messages she's sending
beginning
out.
to really ramp up her accusations about having receipts and disgruntled investors who wanted to dissolve their accounts months ago. However, she was happy just a few days ago.
See, ask for a copy of the deed. He owns no land. Nobody owns land, silly. Nobody owns land. And if you're buying land in a foreign country, you need to understand the difference between customary land tenure and standard land tenure. What is standard land tenure, Phoenyx? I ain't never heard of that one. If someone sells you land and it's customary deed title and a long lost relative shows up, yep, they're going to say it's theirs. Exactly. Okay, you'll be tied up in court. We know that. He has no land that nobody owns land. See, she doesn't understand. She doesn't understand. So she's thinking with her American mind. So he's pretending like he owns the land and he doesn't own the land. Nobody owns the land, silly. The Gambian government owns the land. Wow.
Now she's directing others to ask for copies of the deeds and how Kwesi owns no land. But my question is, if you knew all of this from the beginning, why were you so happy to be associated?
Thank you.
In between, revealing the
Thank you. If you knew all this in the beginning, it wasn't a problem then how come it's magically a problem now? Because what did she say? I'm going to tell. She thought she was really telling on him. But anybody who does any research on land, they would know. But see, we were so gullible. Black Acres was telling us that they was buying, and we believed it. We weren't buying no land. And to this day, people still don't believe that you can't buy land over there. They still don't believe it.
scam, supposedly. She's also posting videos that other people have made alleging that they are scamming and that her mama is a demon slayer, and she's posting other YouTube videos. So you can see that she's gone on the offense against her former business associates. She begins to post videos about the hotel hell, but when she said, "Hey, I'm in Africa" on the video, she said she was very happy and was treated like a VIP. Could there be some sort of discrepancy here?
So G says, we're going to have an independent accounting firm come audit our records. We will post a video of the gathering, our record this week. You guys deserve it. Sorry for the drama. No one deserves this. We are all open to questions. So this is what I was seeing on YouTube. On Facebook.
Hey, I'm in Africa.
Hurt people. It's the biggest cop out. Hurt. That's so stupid.
On the video,
as a contributor, most of the funds were spent on leases and salaries and wages. Only way we can recoup is through booking. If we allow this BS to fester, we all lose due to no bookings, and that's what happened. We will file a lawsuit for defamation, and he did on Monday to recoup the loss. We have a whole team behind the scene. We did nothing wrong. We are here to help. Oh my God. And that's true.
She said she was very happy and was treated like a VIP.
Yep.
Could there be some sort of discrepancy here? Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty as Invest Relocate Africa begins to post that they are going to have an internal audit. Now we see her friend Shantae posting the record of Kwesi Boyd, and we see a charge for family violence. But my question is, if you knew this information before, why are you only revealing it now when you all fall out? Were you not concerned about his quote unquote Ike Turner behavior before?
Good point.
In this post, she tells investors to contact her.
Wait, attention, all investors. Look, we have taken steps to protect the investors' interests, and we are working. Oh my God, this is horrible. We are working with a consultant to put in place investors' oversight as well as independent audit and a financial control. If you have invested money or signed a contract, contact me ASAP with your email address. We don't want anybody to lose money. Wow.
With their email address because she doesn't want anybody else to lose money. Is that right?
Wow.
It could be. Or could it be that she's looking to set up shop and she needs her own clients?
She's looking to set up shop
to take from Kwesi.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just asking the question. Now, we see in the middle of all of this, she still has time to party and get ready for her birthday. And she's having a good old time posting documents. And by the way, in this document, she says her signature is the only one present. That's interesting. Because if your signature is the only one present, then that means you would be holding the bag.
Yeah, you're the only one responsible.
Could that be the basis for this fallout? Is it because someone was innocently scammed? Or is it because too many hands were in the pot at one time? We see her posting more pictures of her and her friend Shantae. And she begins to levy more accusations that Kwesi's tax business is a fraud and that he has a pattern of putting things in other people's names. And I'm just curious, did you find all of this out in 6 days?
Thank you.
Or
Thank you.
is it likely that you knew a lot of this before you
And you
ever
didn't even
arrived in the
care.
Gambia and went with it anyway? We see her getting her gifts, and now we see the real. She posts that she has a fully equipped office to work from.
See?
So we see what this is really about to
Yes.
some extent, because now she has her own business up and running now that she's managed to get rid of her competitors.
Thank you.
Or did she? We see her dancing and having a good time, and she's enjoying her birthday. And this does not look like someone who is in distress or mental
Right.
anguish. To me, this looks like somebody who has just effectively staged a
corporate coup. Yeah.
And is enjoying the fruits of her labor.
Thank you.
Is that what happened? Tell me what you think in the comments below.
Yeah, that's what I think. I came to the same conclusion as Dee, that is exactly what happened, that Phoenyx staged a corporate coup in the Gambia. She was upset because things did not go the way she thought they were going to go. So she decided, I'm going to turn it up and I'm going to turn it out. And that's what she did. After that, Phoenyx became involved in more drama. She was involved in y'all remember the robbery when she said she got robbed. Somebody snatched her phone when she was in the back of the taxi, and then she jumped out of the taxi and chased him I don't know how many miles, and and remember that. And then the police went over there. She kept us all geeked up and hyped up off of that for like 3 or 4 days. The police was going over there in the neighborhood looking for the boy who had the phone. And they almost caught the boy. It was just ridiculous. You could tell it was, after a while, I knew it was a lie. After day 2, and she's still talking about the police are going looking for the phone, I knew she was lying. That's when I'm like, oh, this lady is really a sick, twisted liar. No, she's the crackhead, because she tells crackhead lies. Crackheads lie like that. Like, they make up fantastic tales and you'll believe it. You'll be like, oh my God, that's terrible. And it will be a crackhead lie. So after that, she was involved in remember the dog napping case that she was involved in? She was involved in that. She was accused to be a dog napper. Remember that one? When she took Miss Lady's dog and didn't want to give it back. And that's when we realized Phoenyx was trying to get out of the Gambia. Because at that time, the police who had went over, Miss Lady had filed a police report about her dog. So she went over, they went to Phoenyx, but they saw Phoenyx and them in a truck. They were leaving. They were moving. It looked like the police said it looked like they were moving. Okay. And they had the dog in the back. And the police was able to get the dog from Phoenyx and her husband. And the police officer said he believed it was just in the nick of time, because he believed that she was on her way out of the Gambia with that dog. So that was like it. After that, Kwesi was trying to find her to serve her with these. He's filed a lawsuit against her and a couple of other Blackson and another person. He filed a lawsuit against all of them. The only person I think he was able to serve was Blacksett. I don't even know if he was able to serve her because the people, he doesn't know where they live, and people keep Phoenyx. It was ditching him for a long time. I think he did serve his Blacksett, but Phoenyx, they went to the school to try to serve her. She put some kind of notice up at the school. They couldn't come to the school anymore to try to serve her. Then somebody else said that she had left town, that she wasn't in the Gambia anymore. And that's what I told him I had heard, that she wasn't there anymore. So then it had went by, time had went by, quite some time had went by. And then guess what I seen? I seen this video. I seen this one. Hold on. And I said, oh, Phoenyx is back at it again. Like, these people just reinvent themselves. It's like they don't stop. They just go into hiding, hope you forget what they did, hope you don't remember anything about what they did, and they'll change their name and they'll come out with a whole new identity. Well, this is Phoenix's whole new identity. She went to Nigeria. After she left Gambia, I believe they went to Nigeria. It sounds like Nigeria might have been their first stop. Well, that's what I'm not going to say the first stop, but I'm just going to say she went to Nigeria. They didn't like Nigeria, Lagos, and then they left and they went to Benin Republic. Benin Republic is very close to Nigeria. So they went there. And this is where she is now.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Phoenix Rain. That's right. I'm back. But with a new name. Well, sort of. I'm still Phoenix Rain, of course. But now I'm also, very proudly, Amarachi Udunwa. Let me tell you how we got here. Crazy. Anyway, as the saying goes, it was the best of times, and oh baby was it the worst of times. Somehow, I quickly grew a very successful channel of more than 5,000 subscribers, but for all the wrong and unwanted reasons. So, I did the YouTube unthinkable. I shut it all down, deleted every bit of content, and decided to focus on real life on the ground with real people and real life experiences that mattered to me.
Now, this is when she was working at the school. Y'all remember when she worked at that school and she said she started that Made Africa school, but that was a whole lie. That was another way just to get some money. Phoenyx loved lying to get money. This school, I guess it was some kind of government school. I don't know what she could have been teaching them other than how to use this electric machine.
I remember that it was God who had given me the desire for Africa in the first place, and I focused on the reasons I ever got on the plane, what it was I wanted to and felt called to do in the first place. Beloveds, this is called remembering your why. It was my why that kept me and helped me to recenter myself. So while the cameras were mostly off and it appeared that I had just disappeared, here's just a bit of what God was making a way for me to accomplish all by my little self. Yep, little me and big God. And this is actually where my real story begins.
So this is her at this school. She teaching the kids. I don't know what she teaching the kids.
I found my lane. I realized that I could not walk forward in a God-led mission without letting God lead.
She needs to quit talking about God because Phoenyx is a liar. Phoenyx went to Gambia and set it on fire. God was in nothing that she did. Nothing. This woman didn't, to this day, we have not one dang on receipt that Phoenyx Rain produced to back up what she said, what she accused Art and Kwesi of. Now Art is dead and gone from all the stress related to that case. Kwesi's still in the Gambia, still trying to rebuild his name. People over there still believe he's what Phoenix claimed he was. That's why defamation is so bad. That's why it's illegal. Everything she did to this man was illegal. And then she want to talk about God. Well, she's talking about her God, okay? Because it's not the God I serve. It's the God she served. Now look at this ridiculousness. This is what she teaches them to do, really? This just looks like nothing.
The mission. I mean, it sounds simple.
Like, it's just crafts. That's why I'm like, what are you teaching them, Phoenix? Crafts? How to do arts and crafts?
What a revelation, right? This is what
I don't even know what that is.
Put me back on track.
This something Phoenix done taught them to do. Glasses. That's ridiculous.
My life away. They can never take my life away. They can never take.
While the cameras were off, God was opening doors. I was blessed to be able to attend trainings, to be able to get my documents in order and get licensed by the Gambian government. I was able to become an assessor, a training assessor for the Gambian government.
When you let somebody know,
I'm thinking, okay.
I became fully.
I'm like, okay, look, I told y'all she's showing them how to do these machines. I'm thinking maybe she's really going to do something, right? Maybe this is really it.
Immersed in the TV.
This is the school they was going to trying to serve her.
Vet sector in the Gambia, even authoring my first training publication and being the only American and only woman allowed to co-author curriculum standards for the Gambian government and the Ministry of Education.
Well, that sounds really good, doesn't it? So my question is, if you're doing all of this in the Gambian government, why did you leave in the middle of the night? Why did you just up and leave? If you were so established over there, like you're telling us, nobody established like that. You're a part of the government. You're a trainer. You're an assessor. You determine who gets it and who doesn't get it. And you just walked away in the middle of the night with a dog that doesn't even belong to you, and the police had to take them from you? That doesn't make sense to me.
It's young to the beginners.
I was blessed to pair up with one of Gambia's top fashion sector experts, Yuma Wali Ndong, and together we led mentorship programs for seeking wise counsel from our families and from our to follow a perfect God, and love met them there. I mean, really, what are the chances that two pastors' kids from two
girl stuff,
every garment for myself, every garment for the groom?
Let me go down a little bit more.
So we set out on our journey of marriage to curate a life that is uniquely our own. A melting pot of friends and families, countries and continents and cultures. Oh, I can't wait for you to see what's coming next.
So she's in businesses, and now she's in the Benin Republic. This is them fixing some furniture. This looks like their apartment over there where she's living at. Okay. And so she's helping people with immigration. She's helping people. She's a of course, you know, she does consultations like always. I guess these are little clothes that she made. Phoenix cannot sew to me. And she's doing what she does. She's selling people a dream. She's selling the repats a dream, and she wants you to pay her to sell you this dream. So that's Phoenix. And that she's still with her husband? Yes. Where else is he gonna go? Team members, sometimes it's temporarily requiring a follow-up exam for a few years later. Okay, I don't know what y'all talking about. Oh, he asking about the disability. I've got to go to Michelle's page and see that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go too. Super Shorty is indeed Super Shorty. I needed this. Yeah, honey, Super Shorty is ridiculous. Yes, it is the maybe back 2 videos ago. Okay. The lipstick and the full jewelry. MJM, I am out as soon as they say it's $4K a month. Oh, y'all talking about retirement. Yes, you can get retirement, Social Security living in another country. Team member, why is that fraud? Okay, they talking. Do you, team member, best not miss a point? Okay, y'all talking. Okay, y'all talking there. Looking like a fool in that heat, grinning like a cat. Yeah, she looking like a fool out in that. That's another thing, y'all. You just can't be doing stuff like that. You got to really think. You know, she's saying, Kenza said she was lonely in the United States, so she went to Ghana. She went there to be with Super Shorty. Okay, but y'all don't think she's lonely now? She's probably even more lonelier because he don't spend no time with her, and she got to be very lonely out there talking to the cats and the ghosts and even talking to the vegetables and the plants. That's just crazy. No, I'm not such a good girl. Most were already there before strikes started to hit Iran. Okay. Of course, they still shouldn't have went. Even if they was there before it went, how long has it been a level 4 in that area? Did it just turn into a level 4? What was the travel advisory before they went? Of course, you can collect Social Security retirement. Okay. Yeah, I remember all this. It was a mess. Yes, it was a mess. The whole thing was a mess. These people are talking about $600, but who gets $600 a month? Yeah, what are y'all talking about? She is a co-conspirator. She's gonna tell on herself. What are y'all talking about? Kiki gonna take our shields. What are y'all talking about? Kiki enjoys the cut. I sure do, girl. It'd be funny. It'd be funny when I click over here and I'm trying to be all serious and y'all over here having a whole laugh fest. Talking about something totally different, totally crazy. Yeah, that'd be funny. Nobody own land, silly. They don't. That's why I'm like, you're just silly to think that. The local country owns all the land. That's right. In the U.S., don't pay your taxes, mortgage, water bill in the free U.S., and you will be removed. You own nothing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hurry up because it's almost at 3 hours and I don't be meaning to stay on here that long. Okay, let me hurry up. Okay, and we don't tell anyone otherwise. Where on the earth is Phoenix now? Phoenix is in Benin Republic. Dee reading the whole book with questions and answers. Dee reading the whole book with questions and not a corporate coup. Yeah, that's what that was, a corporate coup. Phoenix was a catfish, was a crackish. Phoenix has crackish ways. She does. Those lies she be telling. Yes, stole that lady dog. Remember that? She stole that lady dog. Crack is whack, Phoenix. Yes, it is. She's too heavy to be. Oh, she ain't a crackhead now, honey. She used to be a crackhead. But see, when you used to be a crackhead, you still had them crackish ways, okay? They don't just go away. No. We don't think she's a crackhead now. We think she's a past crackhead. Yeah, she looked like one and she act like one. Phoenix Rain is now lives in Benin, Mr. Walker says. While no good deed goes unpunished, this lady Phoenix seemed to be assisted with a plane ticket lodger. She was by Quasi, and she treated him like he was an enemy. She sure did. Offered to help her, nothing along the way. Sure did. That's exactly what happened. He offered to help her, gave her money to come there. She didn't have nothing. She got mad because he wouldn't do with her. He wasn't interested in her. and she decided, I'm going to destroy you. She made all those allegations, and we can sit back now 5-6 years later, and we can see these are nothing more than allegations, because we still do not have any evidence to this day. None. She presented not one receipt. I want to know why Michelle keeps sounding like, let me clear my throat. What? What are y'all talking about? It's called sewing machine. Well, you know what I'm talking about, the machine. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy and I'm tired, team member. You know what I was talking about. What did I call it? A machine? Ain't no telling what I'm calling it now. I'm tired. Kiki, you crack me up. Now she bringing the Lord into it. She needs to stop. She's a liar and a thief and a swindler. She talking about her God though. Teaching girls how to sew was her original why she went to Africa. Whew, the circle was back is pitiful. Yeah, she's lying. Now that she went to Africa to teach girls how to sew. Y'all know how well they can sew in Africa. You can show them a picture or a video and they can make that dress. Phoenyx ain't got nothing on them sewers, especially in the Gambia. They sew very well. I don't know how she teaching them anything other than how to use that sewing machine, whatever I call it. What did I call it? A machine? She's in the Gambia now, Lisa. Arts and crafts, rocks, glass. I'm like, you talking about you doing all this, you assessing all this, and girl, you over there teaching them arts and crafts. She was. Y'all know them was arts and crafts. Those glasses look so silly. Yeah, arts and crafts, crack rocks. Yeah, that's what it was, crack rocks. Oh God. Okay. Any excuse me. Any hustle picking up and including beach skills. Beach shells. Yeah, that's what she doing, growing beach shells. That's all she teaching them. Illusion of rocks. Yeah, wishing. Assistant executive training assessor of the Benin. No, of Gambia. That was in Gambia, dude. Now in Benin, she claims that she's helping bring immigration there and all that nonsense. But the fam ends already know how. Yeah, they do know how to sew. They sure do. It's traditional. That's why I don't understand why I don't get that. She said the men are many of the men are tailored. They are, and they're real good. Hey, how you doing? Hey, we was just talking about you. Are you okay? Tell us about the what is that, y'all? The flood, because I'm getting sleepy. We was talking about the flood. Are you okay? Homeless folks won't even wear those shades. Wrong. You're wrong. Wow. Where dies the forehead? Oh my God. I'm not going to say that. You said it doesn't? I'm not saying that one either. Alrighty. The dress, laugh out loud. Oh my God, look at y'all. All right, y'all. I can't wait to get to Black Acres. Still half naked. She always was half naked. She loves being half naked. I don't know why. Looks like she's masking tape on her glass, girl. I don't know why she liked being halfway. Old as she is on boobs. Oh my God, Jesus. Jesus. I'm not reading that one either. If you think you're lonely now, oh my God, Jesus, let me keep going. I'm still searching for the state in. It's like, oh no, I'm not reading that one either. Y'all are bad. Many of those people live in the United Arab Emirates, full-time certified teacher. And you know what? Because you know what? When I was in school, they were sending us, they were trying to recruit us to come over there and work. Okay. And I was thinking about it, but my friends in graduate school, they were like, no. They were like, do you realize they wanted us to work at their universities because they were building up this was in Dubai. And I was like, oh, it looks so pretty. They was like, yeah. But they said, but do you know that if something happens over there, that's the first place they're going for is Dubai? And then you're going to be stuck over there if you don't get, unalived over there. They were like, no, do not sign up for that job. Do not go over there. So she's right. They recruited us from the university. You all be safe. Okay, bye, team member. You be safe too. Okay, good night, team member. We about to get off too. Thanks for joining the Kiki Loves Nigeria show. Hope you enjoyed the chat and the content. Yeah, because it was fun. Because you got to pay attention to both of them, okay? Because if you don't pay attention to both, you're going to miss it. Please subscribe if you haven't. See y'all next time because we're about to get up out of here. ES is not a Gambian repat. I done talked about ES so many times. What you want me to say about ES, Piper? ES is a nutcase. They did not change the travel advisory forewarn. That's why the tourists were. Oh, so they didn't change it to when? So when did they change the travel advisory? What was the travel advisory before they left? Was it a 1? Was it a 2? Or was it a 3? What was it? And you got to check it all the time now. Kiki, why whenever we mention bag, I remember your husband wanting to, girl. Do you know, I looked at him. I was drinking some tea. I looked at him. I was like, what? He was like, baby, he's an old man. He needs some help. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just needs a little help. I said, I don't care. You won't be giving it to him. I'm like, you won't be giving it to him. Yeah, that was funny. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, that's what I said. Bless your soul. Bless your soul. And poor Kenza, he still be asking about Kenza. He feels sorry for Kenza. He said, don't nobody around that lady care about her. And she's an older lady. And I just feel bad for her. But because he knows, for real. Because he knows how Africans are doing her. And he feels bad for that. And he knows how the Africans are doing Black Acres. And he feels bad for that. All good. The rains are blessing her fruit fort. Okay, good. However, the level of destruction in the city is a real shock. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. Okay, I'm going to look at it when I get off of here. Oh, 2 a.m. I'm sorry. We're getting off, y'all. It's 2 a.m. Your kids going to think you've been at a party all night. She's in Kenya. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right, y'all. Good night. Thanks for the laughter. I know we laughed a lot tonight. It's keeping us strong out here. Oh, good. That's what I wanted. I really wanted that. I like when we laugh and have fun and learn a lot also. Everyone stay safe. Yes. All right. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night. They would have changed it. That would have tipped off the country. Oh, was it right? No. Was it right that they had to plan to get them out? No, you're right. I didn't know that part. And they said that though, remember? Oh, you remember because you just said it. But they did say that. They said some stuff we couldn't do because if we would have started doing things, people would have known what we were going to do. So you basically just shouldn't have went. And then they say something, MS, like they couldn't, they didn't know how to reach the people too. Like they didn't know how to get in touch with those people. They didn't know who all was over there. All right, good night, y'all. Good night. I am way behind. But yes, you are absolutely okay. Y'all talking about the retirement stuff. I am, girl. I'm going to bed as soon as I get off here. Excuse me. Soon as I get off here. All right, night, y'all. All right, y'all. Next week, Well, we know where Phoenix is. We know what happened to Phoenix. She's in the Benin Republic, pretending like she doing immigration paperwork and she giving y'all consultations. But my question is, how is she helping you with immigration when she's not even from there and neither is her husband? So how are they helping y'all with immigration? All right, that's all I have tonight. Next week, we get to talk about my favorite people in the whole wide world, Black acres of the Gambia. All right, so I'll see y'all next week where we're going to get down with the get down and we're going to talk about my favorite people, Rick and Cynthia. All right, I'll see y'all next week. Have a good weekend. Be out of here. See you later.